seconds there. Stand by, all cameras. Ready for slow motion. Right to the cameras. Stand by, videotape, and rotate. Pictures rolling. And less than 5, and 3, 2, 1. Take it.
The city of Miami welcomes you to the Orange Bowl. And tonight, 80,000 plus have jammed their way into the Orange Bowl to watch their favorites. Tonight, they go against the St. Louis Cardinals, versus the Miami Dolphins. And ABC's NFL Monday Night Football is brought to you by Goodyear. More people ride on Goodyear tires than on any other kind. And by Ford and your Ford dealers. See all the better ideas for 73 at your Ford dealers. And by Aurora, where holiday fun is built into every game. Yes, that's part of the enthusiastic, rabid crowd here to see their favorite team, the Miami Dolphins, and there's the record, the most impressive record in all of the National Football League. 10 games played, 10 games won, big victories in the early going over Kansas City and Minnesota, 2 key wins over the Jets. Some say an easy schedule, but forget it, because, as you all know, Buffalo beat San Francisco, Houston beat the Jets. Anybody can beat anybody. Ask the Los Angeles Rams about it. So give the Dolphins credit for the kind of fandom they've got here tonight, the kind of record they've produced. Their opponents, the St. Louis Cardinals. A woe-begone record, in fact, but a team that is capable of troubling a better team and maybe even winning. Witness their upset victory over the Minnesota Vikings. To tell you now about the St. Louis Cardinals, Andy Dunn Meredith. Thanks a lot, Howard. But when you won 2, lost 7, and tied 1, you can't have a lot of things go well for you. And the Cardinals certainly haven't had a lot of things go well for them this year. You know, I kind of believe these guys. I've talked to them. They say, believe it or not, we really should have won a lot more than we have this year. Jerry Quazzo is the quarterback. He's been fighting for that job all year, and he's been established to go the rest of the year by Coach Bob Holloway. Quazzo is not completing a high percentage of passes. He's throwing a lot of interceptions. But when things go wrong, everything goes wrong. He's running back Johnny Anderson and Johnny Rowland. We will see Johnny Rowland tonight on your left. Break an all-time Cardinal rushing record. He needs 1 yard. Their leading rusher for the season is Johnny Anderson. And on defense, you meet a lot of guys in football, and this one right here is really very special to me. I respect this man. I'll put it this way. There's not anybody I've ever played I respect more than Larry Wilson, and I know he must be hurting because his team ranks number 13 out of 13 teams in defense. He's a player coach. He's established as a strong side safety tonight. He's going to be around where that ball is. Frank, what have the Miami Dolphins been doing all year to win all those ball games? Tell me now, Frank. Well, down there, a little bit of awesome. They've had their problems early in the year. Their quarterback, their all-conference quarterback, Bob Greasy, was injured. Fortunately, Don Shula had thought about that in advance, and he had his old sidekick, Earl Morrill, to come on and take over for Bob Greasy. Earl Morrill in his 17th year out of Michigan State. This is his 5th ball club. In 1968, for Don Shula, he led the Baltimore Colts to the Super Bowl. But Earl Morrill has a lot of help with his Miami Dolphins. Offensively, they have great running. They rank number 1 in the conference rushing. On the left, the big man, of course, Larry Zonka, with over 800 yards. Mercury Morris, having his best year, over 600 yards. And in the wings, Jim Kidd, who can run, pass, he can do it all. Defensively, well, the Dolphins are number 1 in every category in the conference. And one of the big reasons, the veteran at the middle linebacking position, number 85, Nick Bonacani. They call themselves the no-name gang because they really don't get a lot of publicity. They're not very sensitive about it, but they are a great defensive football team. We're looking forward to it. The Cardinals could surprise, but we don't think so. And we'll be back at the Orange Bowl for the kickoff right after this message.
Without A solid 73 Ford Torino. Can it ride over this course of 2x4 smoothly enough to keep a tightrope walker balanced on top? High-wire specialist Bill Couch is about to find out. On a tightrope rig to Torino's body. He's counting on Torino's suspension to soak up the bumps and keep him safely on that wire. Bill signals, and they're off. Those wheels are taking quite a pounding, where Bill isn't, as Torino's remarkable suspension does its job. The 1973 Ford Torino. A solid midsize that gives you confidence on the road. Incredibly smooth ride. Stable, strong, and quiet. Because it's a Ford. The new 1973 Ford Torino at your Ford dealers now. Ford Torino, the solid midsize.
Back at the Orange Bowl, we are now about to hear tonight's invocation by Rabbi Irving Lehrman, Temple Emmanuel, here in Miami.
Heavenly Father, in the mood of this Thanksgiving season, we offer thanks to Thee for all Thy many bounties, for life and health, for home and family, for community and country. May the spirit of partnership which has brought us together this evening dominate all human relations, teaching us mutual respect and understanding, and ushering in an era of brotherhood and peace for all Thy children everywhere. Amen.
And now, our national anthem as sung by Miss Pat Hoffman. At the Orange Bowl, 80,010 fans have crammed their way in here tonight to watch their undefeated Miami Dolphins. And we'll tell you again that only a handful of teams have ever won their first 11 games of their season. No team has ever gone undefeated and gone on to win a title. The Bears in 1942, 30 years ago, were undefeated, but they lost their title game to the Redskins. The Bears in 34 were undefeated through their season, but lost to the New York Giants. That's what the Dolphins are trying to do, go all the way. And this telecast is presented by authority of the Miami Dolphins Football Club. It's intended for the private use of our audience. Any rebroadcast or other use of this telecast without the express written consent of the Miami Dolphins Football Club and the National Football League is prohibited. And these are the St. Louis Cardinals. troubles all year long with injuries. They have a fine coach. They have some excellent talent, great speed on the outside. Mel Gray is back tonight, number 85. And setting the ball up to get things underway is Jim Bakken. And dropping deep. Art Speedster, number 22, and Mercury Morris. And Charlie Lee, number 23, and they can fly. Mercury Morris having his best year in 4 years. Over 600 yards rushing, about 25 yards per kickoff return. And listen to the roar. They love their Dolphins. This will go to Charlie Lee. Way up out to the 25-yard line. Hit there by newly activated Cardinal, Chuck Beatty, number 31. So Miami will take over first and 10. We told you. Well, now let's look back upfield. There is a flag down. Against Miami. Holding and decline. The Cardinals like where things wound up. Half the distance to the goal. I did not decline it. I'll correct myself. He took the call, half the distance to the goal. Again, Earl Morrow will open a quarterback. We've mentioned Earl Morrow. His two setbacks are number 22, Mercury Morris, Larry Dawkins, 39. The wide receivers, 81, Howard Twilley, and Otto Show, 82, replacing the injured Paul Warfield. Now, Marlon Briscoe, number 86, is in the lineup, rather than Howard Twilley. Getting the call is Mercury Morris, following the block of Zonka to the left side, up to about the 17-yard line. Stopped there by Ron Jankowski, activated tonight. He's number 78 in the defensive front four of the Cardinals. Bob Rowe is 75. He's one tackle. John Richardson, a former Miami Dolphin, is the other tackle, 71. Don Brum, the veteran defensive left end, is number 86. Stallings, 67. Arneson, 57. In the middle, Gary Miller, 58, are the linebackers for the St. Louis Cardinals. Second down and 9, the ball resting at about the 13-yard line. Now coming in motion is number 81, Howard Twilley. Play fake by Morrow. The screen goes out to the flat, attempt there to Otto Stowe. He had blockers in front, but he couldn't hold on to it. Gary Miller back there defending, number 58. That's secondary for the Cardinals as they can expect the pass, the draw, or the screen from the Miami Dolphins. Norm Thompson is the right cornerback, 43. Roger Worley, who used to play corner, is now the weak safety, number 22. Larry Wilson, the veteran, number 8, is the tight safety. And Miller Farr, number 20, the left cornerback. Third down and 9. Ball at the 13. This is Earl Morrow, passing 55% on the year. And looking deep, and it's out to Otto Stowe. And rules complete out to the 30-yard line. Stowe covered by Norm Thompson.
Frank, let me quickly say that one of the problems that St. Louis has been belabored by all year is the absence of a pass rush. We're going to look at Otto Stowe now on this play. He's a top draft choice a year ago from Iowa State, cracked up with injuries, but a very highly regarded young football player. We'll talk more about the absence of the Cardinal pass rush as the game develops.
And just short of the 30-yard line, the first down for the Miami Dolphins. And here comes the lightning one. Mercury Morris over the 35 to the 37. Mercury Morris averaging 5.5 yards per carry, and he's finally stopped by Mark Arneson, the middle linebacker, number 57. And on the sidelines, Bob Holloway, who's had his problems in his second year as the coach of the St. Louis Cardinals. He has only 6 men tonight that are starting, that have been regular starters in their positions out of 22. That'll tell you the kind of year it's been. Many injuries for the Cardinals. Gain of 7 by Morris. It'll be second down and 3. The ball at the 32. Both wide receivers, Willie and Stowe, out to the left. And here comes Zonka. Zonka over the 40 to the 41. First down, Miami. And Holloway's counterpart, Don Shula, what can you say? 5 times the coach of the year. He's gunning for it again. He took the Baltimore Colts to the Super Bowl. He took the Dolphins to the Super Bowl. The big prize has eluded Don Shula this year here in Miami. They think that Don Shula will come up with the big win, of course, the Super Bowl. First down, Miami, moving from their own 41. Again, the wide receivers. Twilley, 81, so 82, move out to the left. Tight end, 80, Marv Fleming, the bottom of your screen. And The attempt was to throw, working against number 8, Larry Wilson. And that brings up again the story of the absence of a Cardinal pass rush. The Cardinals, and people in the NFL know this, have one of the best defensive secondary groups in the National Football League. Miller Farr, Roger Worley, Larry Wilson, Norm Thompson. But, and let's watch in slow motion as that pass rush can't penetrate. Because of the absence of the pass rush, these fine receivers have had trouble defending, and they've allowed a 63% completion average against them throughout the season. And it's not really their fault. Just underway in the Orange Bowl, you're watching the undefeated Miami Dolphins. They have 2 first downs, second down and 10 from the 41, and Morrill is in trouble, and Don Brown nails Morrill back inside of his own 30 at the 28. If you call that a sack, Frank, which I think you must, that's only their 11th sack as a team this year. And contrasted with Miami's 24. One of the significant things tonight, Howard, will be the offensive line for Miami, because they do have a good one. Kuchenberg and Little are the guards. Jim Langer's the center. These guys open up some holes. They protect their quarterback. And you love to see it. The tackles are Thurston and Evans. And Morris Fleming, if that is a good blocker for him, too. Right now, down at 3rd down and 22. Mandy just come in at tight end. Briscoe is in at 1 wide receiver. Morrow with a lot of time, but finally just about nailed as he just gets the ball away. Flags are down at the 40-yard line. Well, I won't see that one again. I'll have to call your instant replay, because Earl's arm was hit, as you pointed out, Frank, as he threw it. It was nowhere close to target. I believe they are going to call an interference. Let's see which side it's going to be on. And it is against the Cardinals. A tough break for the Cardinals, because who was the intended receiver? Did you see? Anyway, it really was. Fell down. And they were trying to get up and get it again. Let's see what that call is. Personal foul. Earl had plenty of time, but he can't really find anybody open. Now let's watch it. I believe that is either Don Brum or he that's Brum that comes right there at the last one. Just as he throws, you see that ball kind of squirt out there. The ball was almost intercepted by Stallings. It appears to me there's a... Is that called a personal foul call? Personal foul. That means it was... He did something. That's what they called it. Yeah, he's not supposed to do something now. First down, Miami. They're at the 44-yard line. Coming back into the game is the regular tight end, Morris Fleming. Wide receivers are 81, Twilly, top of the string, 82 is Otto Stowe, the second-year man from Iowa State. And here comes Mercury Morris, Larry Little out in front, and coming up quickly to make the stop is Miller Farr, number 20. Morris getting back just about to the line of scrimmage. And you saw Larry Little, and he was voted for the past 2 years by the Players Association as the best offensive lineman in football. Watch him pull. He's number 66, and look at 67 behind him. That's Kuchenberg. They're really very proud of their pulling guards here. It looks like to me Stallings is pressuring in here. And you saw number 20, Miller Farr, come up, so he may have taken a little bit too deep a drop that last time. On second down and 10 from the Dolphins 44. Flag down at the middle of the line of scrimmage, and that generally indicates holding. So wait for the official call, but when you see that flag go down in the middle of the line of scrimmage, that's generally the call. And that's exactly what it is. Limpin pressuring Earl a little bit more than we expected. Of course, what Shula's going to have to watch out for is a letdown in his team. They've clinched already in their conference. And they've still got, including tonight, 4 games to go. And Frank Gifford knows something about that as we watch the penalty paced off against the Dolphins. Let's watch for the referee's signal now. There's holding. Now, Frank, you remember when your Giants team, of which you remember, clinched very early, and you know what the problems were. One of the problems, as we watch head coach Don Shula, is keeping the momentum going, and that's what he said. We are going to play our regulars. And we are going to go with our best, but we would like to have other players playing. Second down now and 25. The ball at the 29-yard line of the Dolphins, following the holding penalty. No score from the Orange Bowl in Miami. The draw call to Mercury Morris. And he tripped up, getting back to about the 34.5-yard line, where it'll be third down and about 20. What a year Mercury Morris has had as he starts to go to the sideline. Jim Kick comes in, and instead of Mercury Morris coming out comes Larry Zonka. But Mercury Morris with 5.5 yards per pop, 11 touchdowns, trails only Emerson Bruiser in that department, for 639 yards. Okay, third down and 19. The screen goes out to Jim Kick. Gets a good block, breaks loose. Over the 40 to the 42, but he'll be far short of the first down. That block was by number 66, Larry Little. Bob Rowe, number 75, got over along with Dale Hackbart, number 49, to make the stop for the Cardinals. Good defensive play that last time by Larry Stallings, who actually was right in the middle of that screen. He slowed Kick down. There's my old partner that's just been activated this week, Billy Lothridge. Boy, he has been around, Don. He has, the kid from Georgia Tech, the Ramblin' Rex. Deeper Roger Whirling, 22, 85 Mel Gray, and both of these men can fly, particularly Mel Gray, a 9-2 sprinter. 10 minutes remaining in the first quarter. Apparently the Cardinals have turned back the Dolphins in their first offensive attempt. And Whirling showing a lot of courage at the 24-yard line. Roger Whirling in his fourth year out of Missouri, and we'll be back at the Orange Bowl right after this message.
What's behind Panasonic's Quadricolor TV? 4 technological advances to help you get the most out of color. 1. A modular chassis with sections that snap out and in for quick and easy replacement. 2. 100% solid state. In Panasonic's Quadricolor TV, the only cube is the picture cube. Everything else is reliable transistors and integrated circuits. 3. A black matrix picture cube. Each little color dot is surrounded by black. This makes color sharper and more vivid. 4. Easy controls that make it this easy. You unscramble the picture and correct color, tint, brightness, and contrast. To help you remember these 4 technological advances, Panasonic named it Quadricolor, a name that stands for our latest development in color TV. Panasonic, just slightly ahead of our time.
9 minutes and 50 seconds remain to be played in the first quarter. The St. Louis Cardinals on your right, the Miami Dolphins on the left. The Cardinals stop the first offensive attempt of the Miami Dolphins. They now take over first and 10. They'll move from their own 24, and here is another much-traveled football player, number 10, or the number 15, Gary Quazzo, in his 10th year. In motion. As the middle goes number 44, Donnie Anderson. He's nailed there by Bill Stanfill. Here's a good shot. Manny Fernandez, let's take a look at him. Number 75. Straightens up the guard. Watch him move down that line. Got some help there by Bill Stanfill, number 84 also. Gain of about 2. The ball resting now at the 31. It will be second down and 8. Offensive wide receivers, 84 is Walker Gillette. And this is the pass. Quazzo to Gillette. He fumbles the ball. Well, Tim Foley had the ball once. Did it get away? It did, and it's picked up by Dick Anderson, number 40. What a money player that Dick Anderson is. He's got a nose for the football. Fans will remember the interception and touchdown run in the playoff game against Baltimore last year. This year, a key interception on Namath, the pickup of a fumble by Cliff McLean in the big game against the Jets a week ago. Picking off a Mike Garrett muff, moving in for a key touchdown against San Diego. Anderson is not a no-name. He's a quality football player. Number 40. First and 10 for the Dolphins. They move now in the Cardinals' 29-yard line. Here comes Morris. Morris just getting back to the line of scrimmage, met there by Mark Arneson, the middle linebacker for the Cardinals. Mark Arneson, a rookie from Arizona, forced into action really by head coach Bob Holloway when Mike McGill was injured, Jamie Rivers were injured, and the rookie has shown a lot of promise. Not big, 6'2", 220. Morris, in fact, loses a yard. The ball resting now just over the 30. It'll be second down and 11. Morris again. Here comes Kuchenberg, number 67 with the block. And look at him go. Out of bounds at the 25.5-yard mark goes Mercury Morris.
Don Brum did a heck of a job that time stringing it out from the defensive end position. He was playing off his block, kept his feet, forced Morris out wide. When you do that, enables the secondary, and as Howard pointed out, they're one of the best in the business. Come up, closed out that play, didn't pick up much yardage at all.
All right, Jim Pick has come in, replacing Mercury Morris. Probably for added passing strength. Third down and 7. The ball at the 25.5-yard mark. So goes out to the left. He's met there by Norm Thompson. Out to the right goes Howard Quilley. Picked up by Miller Farr. The tight end is on the left side. All the way down to the 8-yard line goes Howard Quilley. And this man sometimes is amazing.
Really pretty, Frank. It looks like he has 101. That was Farr, you see. Kid coming out of the backfield to pull the linebacker Stallings out. There's a big hole in there. You may have noticed that before that game, Zonka went up and set outside the tight end, called a trip step. That brought Larry Wilson and Roger Worley over, putting 101 with Farr.
Third and goal. The ball at the 8-yard line. Pick stays in with Zonka. And Pick with a fine block brings Zonka around to the 5 and down to 4. Conference last year, Bob Breakin. But he's getting around to it, Howard.
Yes, he is getting around. Very good indeed, and I think he's going to be back very, very shortly. But Morrill has done such a marvelous job. Let's take a look at this last play. The block by Dick, number 21, to the right of your screen. There you see it. And you see Zonka trying to turn that corner, but you see a superb job done by number 22, Roger Wells.
It's second down and goal. The ball's at the 5. Here comes Zonka straight ahead, following Jim Langer, Larry Little, and Bob Kuchenberg, the middle of the offensive line for the Dolphins. Bob Holloway, who has been credited with having built the Minnesota Vikings defense, where he spent 4 years with head coach Bud Grant.
Well liked by his team members.
Don Morrill's got a tough ball right here. It's third down. Well, it's a long 2.
I still give it to Zonka.
That isn't all that tough, is it? When you want that 237-pound fullback. Well, let's see. The 2 tight ends are in. Mandyford's come in, number 88. Mark Fleming, number 80. The veteran Earl Morrill. He gives it the kick.
He gives the kick right behind Zonka, is what I meant to say.
Yeah, so that's a good block over there.
That young man, John, so much credit. It's not been a happy year for him. He's been supplanted by Mercury Morris because Shula wanted the wide running threat.
Look at this. Little leads out. What's Zonka's block, number 39. He just lowers his head. He gets number 43, Norm Thompson, takes him on in with him.
This is a happy team. That's the point I wanted to make. Despite the fact that Kick as a Cardinal seems to be injured there on the field, despite the fact that Kick has been supplanted by Morris, there's a togetherness on this club that's terrific. Number 58, Terry Miller, appears to be the injured Cardinal linebacker, swung into action because of the injury last week to Jeff Skaggs that sidelined him for the rest of the season. As Frank told you earlier, Holloway has been beleaguered by terrible fortune all year long in the form of injuries, and out goes Terry Miller.
Larry Wilson was telling me today they've had 58 players this year. Is that right?
59.
All right, Terry Miller has moved off to the sideline. Gary Yepremian has come on to attempt the conversion. Earl Morrill will do the holding. 5:57 remaining in the first quarter. The Dolphins out in front first. Little sidewinder. An NFL record a few years ago at Detroit. And he drills it. The Miami Dolphins lead the St. Louis Cardinals 7-0 on a beautiful night for football from the Orange Bowl in Miami, where we'll be back right after this message.
A good
Goodyear test track in Luxembourg, Europe, Jackie Stewart, world's champion racing driver, is about to test a new Goodyear radial tire. A custom wide tread radial, made in America for American cars. Goodyear has made radial tires for Europeans for 13 years. Now this knowledge has been put to work in building a new radial tire for American drivers. The sidewalls flex. The tread stays firm for handling and long. In addition to exceptional long wear, the Goodyear radial gives you a confident feeling of control on slippery roads, on curves, making sudden stops. The custom wide tread is a radial tire with a polyester cord body and 4 belts to hold the tread firm on the road. Only Goodyear has the custom wide tread radial, made in America for American cars. See your Goodyear man.
This happened just a few moments ago, Don, and watch him run. Points out the individual effort. Frank Watts kick as he cuts off left tackle, lowers that shoulder, got good leg drive. Kick's a good football player as he threw the last few years. That's Norm Thompson, number 43, that he meets about the midsection there and takes Norm back with him. Here's the littlest man in the Dolphins squad, sideminder Gary Jefferson. Kicking deep, Bobby Moore, the All-American from Oregon, has it at the goal line, out to the 15. You don't want to let him loose. He can fly, and he's just about popped. Out to the 23 goes Bobby Moore. It'll be first and 10 for the St. Louis Cardinals. He's one of the leanest, most supple-looking athletes I've ever seen, as well as one of the best dressed. He could run a contest with Walt Frazier of the New York Knicks. He's going to be a great one. He's the spitting image of Lenny Moore, whom you so well remember, Frank. He does have that same kind of grace. Out to the right he goes. That's number 28, Bobby Moore. Set back, Johnny Rowland, 23, Donnie Anderson, 44. Tight end is Jackie Smith. Here comes Mel Gray. And this is Johnny Anderson. And Anderson over the 25 to the 27-yard line. Stopped there by Dick Anderson. Johnny is remembered as the biggest bonus baby of all time during the pro football war, a glamour boy. But he's really a very introspective and thoughtful young man who doesn't give off the glamour image in personal conversation. He's worried about himself, about a possible loss of speed. Yet twice in the last 4 games he's run for more than 100 yards. And he picks up 3. It'll be second down and 7. Firing over the middle to the big tight end, Jackie Smith. And look at him go. He can run. Jackie Smith, the 10-year veteran, and as Don Meredith said, you don't want to let this man get in your secondary because he can fly. Not only that, Sandy, he came back from a knee injury, remember, in the San Diego game a year ago. It was a Monday night game, and a lot of people were worried about whether or not he'd get it all back. I think he demonstrated right there he had. Two quick toss right over the middle. Suazo hit it. He was wide open. He came inside the linebacker. He's trying to pick up that block. Looks like Mel Gray out front him at 85. He can run. He's a sprinter in college. Really a nice guy, too. Michael Jackie. At Little Northwest Louisiana. 32-yard gain. First and 10 for the Cardinals. They move from the Miami 42-yard line. Johnny Rowland takes the pounding as he goes off right tackle. If he got 2 yards, Frank, he broke the record right there. He needed more than that. Have you got some information on it? Well, he broke Charlie Trippy's record, and that is good for a long time. And Trippy's record was 3,510 yards, so Rowland has made Cardinal history. And you think what he might have made had he never suffered that knee injury, because he was the finest looking rookie back that I think I've ever seen come into football a few years ago. He really was something. Still is. Look at him. He looks like a football player. He gained 4. It'll be second down and 6. The ball at the 38. 3:23 remaining in the first quarter. Here he comes again. Johnny Rowland. He looks like a football player. He is a football player. That must be a football player. Funny thing, in the light of the way things are currently going, we're advised that we see a lot tonight of Leo Hayden, who had been the Vikes' #1 draft choice a year ago, is now the property of the Cardinals because Hayden's got speed, and they haven't been satisfied, quite frankly, with the speed of Rowland and Anderson as a duo. But the way these two guys are performing now, we might not see Hayden for a while. Johnny Rowland takes the ball all the way down to the 22-yard line. First and 10 for the Cardinals. They trail 7-0. Suazo on the play fake.
Going for Mel Gray. He almost picked off. He had Bobby Moore wide open on a turn-in over there. Of course, you can't see them all, I suppose. And he had Johnny Anderson wide open on a sideline hit. But he threw to Gray. And you saw him shake his head. Yeah, he probably knows that. Quite an interesting young man, Don. He's, well, I don't think he'll hurt your feelings. Probably made a cap out of Virginia 10 years ago. Only was he magna cum laude is all I want to know. Huh? What he is a dentist. That's what he is. He's a dentist playing quarterback. And he is 2 for 3 for 35 yards. Second down and 10, the ball at the 22. Rolling. And he's met there by Bob Hines, number 72. Good defensive front four for these Dolphins. 72 Hines, Manny Fernandez, highly underrated according to middle linebacker Nick Bonicatti. 75 Fernandez. Vern Denherter, the defensive left hand, Nick Bonicatti says made the difference in this defensive team from last year. He's number 83. Number 84 is Bill Stanford, who's having his best year according to Nick. And it's third down now and 9. Out to the right goes the rookie All-American from Oregon, Bobby Moore, number 28. In the slot is the speedster, 85, Mel Gray. This is Gray coming towards you in motion. He's run the 109-2. Wow. Jake Scott almost picked it off. The pass intended for the big tight end, Jackie Smith. Jake Scott, they call the wild man. He does unpredictable things on and off the field. They say he's often not where he's supposed to be, but yet he's where the ball is. I can't reconcile the two, but he's a player. Let's watch Bobby Moore out of the University of Oregon. All alone. Now watch his frustration. Oh. This is Bakken. Oh. Number 27. No good. Ah, goal, Jimmy. What a year for the place kicker. The Miami Dolphins maintain their lead 7-0. And on the sideline, Gary Quazzo talking with Eddie Hughes, the assistant coach. We'll be back after this.
The horses are now entering the track. Wait a minute. Something seems to be wrong. Where are the jockeys? The name of the game is Aurora Derby. Each time you get your ball in the hole, your horse moves. Starts charging ahead. Pinocchio moving along the rail. Roscoe closing in. It's Petticoat, Pinocchio neck and neck. Petticoat, Pinocchio cheek to cheek. Looks like a photo finish. 60,000 fans out there, and you guys are in here playing a game. What do I tell them? Tell them Pinocchio won by a nose. Aurora Derby. It's a racetrack in your own home.
Speed up. Slow down. You're in control all the way. The name of the car, AFX Aurora Factory Experimentals. You control them on the Monza Spider race set with this electric speed control. Give it the juice on the straightaway. Slow down on the curves. Keep racing them lap after lap. The Monza Spider race set comes with 2 AFX cars, controllers, tracks, and safety wall power pack from Aurora.
1 minute and 38 seconds remain in the first quarter from the Orange Bowl in Miami. Jim Bakken has just missed a 27-yard field goal attempt for the Cardinals. They trail 15, the undefeated Miami Dolphins, 7-0. Dolphins now moving from their own 20. Zonka, Morris the setback. This is Zonka following Kitchenberg, number 67, and what a block. Boy, ooh, that hurt. I always wonder how that guy, what is that like Norm Johnson think about when he's going to hurt? He knows that's going to hurt. Here's Kitchenberg running right at him, man, he buried him. I want to tell you, we're seeing a lot of great guards in the league these days, especially in these 2 consecutive weeks. Little and Kuchenberg here with Miami, Johnny Wilbur, number 60 and 73, Paul Lavick with Washington, and they're reviving the memories of 63 and 64 with Green Bay, Giffer, Thurston, and Kramer. 2 fine ones, and good tackles, Doug Cruzan, 77, Norm Evans, 73, the leading rushing team in the American Conference. Zonka got 8, second down and 2 from the 27. And pounding very close to the first down
is Mercury Morris. And he gets the first down.
Remember the way Mercury Morris sounded off after the Super Bowl shellacking? Complained about not being played. Shula met with him privately, chewed him out, said, talk to me about it, not the press. Shula took note because he started playing the point. That's right.
Over 639 yards coming into the game. Here he goes. He's spun up at the line of scrimmage. Number 60, Jim Hargrove, made the tackle. He came in to replace the injured Terry Miller, who was injured when Jim Sick went in to score for Miami.
Matter of fact, Gipper, when Mercury Morris was started this year over Sick, a Miami sports scribe went up to Shula and said, why handle it this way as the quarter ends? We'll finish this story in just a moment. That is the end of the first quarter with the St. Louis Cardinals trailing the unbeaten Miami Dolphins by a score of 7-0.
Ladies and gentlemen, strong goes the strong man grapples with Wimbledon, the super tie. He crushes it. He knocks it. He even drowns it. But Wimbledon emerges fresh as you. Wimbledon, the super tie.
Wimbledon looks super, feels super, like fine silk. Magnificent colors and patterns coordinate with the newest tricks. There are many wash and wear ties, but only one genuine Wimbledon. Look for the strong man. Insist on Wimbledon, the super tie from Wembley. Don't buy an unsuper tie. Get Wimbledon. Then
Crush it. Not it. Eat and wash it. The genuine Wimbledon. Fresh as you from the Wembley family of fine neckwear.
Larry Little runs a summer camp in Miami called the Gold Coast.
the Gold Coast was a dream of ours. A lot of fellas pitched in too. We just wanted a summer camp for kids from families that couldn't afford it. Most people don't want a handout, just a helping hand. You can help by writing volunteer, Washington, D.C., 20013. What we need, money can't buy. We need you, the National Center for Voluntary Action.
Preceding announcement by Big Larry Little was brought to you as a public service on behalf of the National Football League. And Larry Little's Dolphins had a second down and 8. The ball at the 32, their own 32. We begin the second quarter.
Oh, yeah.
Oh. Number 82, Otto Stowe. In his second year out of Iowa State, and he has replaced Paul Warfield, and that's not an easy job.
That's exactly the point, though. They're deep and wide receivers, much in the manner of the Dallas Cowboys. Watch Stowe here.
Norm Thompson, number 43, he was open. So was Marv Fleming, incidentally, from his tight end position. That was a little bit low in there, but Otto jumped down there and got it. First down for the Miami Dolphins. They move now from the 48-yard line to their own 48. And here comes Mercury Morris. He's over the 50 to the 47-yard line, hit there by number 8, Larry Wilson.
Just to finish that story, the Miami sports scribe went to Shula and said, why start Morris? Why not let Dick down gently? You know, let him start the game, take him out after a few plays, but do it as a token. Shula looked at the writer and said, my friend, I am not a token coach.
Nope, he is the winningest coach. Won his 100th game 2 weeks ago. There's a good story, Howard. Second down and 5. From the 47. And the quick pitch out to the skater. And Morris gets just about back, well, maybe he gains a yard. Norm Thompson made a good move again, Frank, from his defensive cornerback. Came up. I'm serious, man. You got to think twice when you come up to meet a guy that's running full speed. He's got a couple of friends out there in front of him that outweigh you about 30 or 40 pounds. He says, I'm going to go up there and get it over with. All right, the three wide receiver offense comes in. Howard Quilley replaces the tight end, Marv Fleming. 81, top of your screen. Stowe will be in the slot. Out to the left goes Briscoe, number 86. Third down and 4. The ball at the 46-yard line of the Cardinals. The draw play to Morris. And Morris is nailed by former Dolphin John Richardson, number 71. And out trots Darryl Yepremian, and he is going to have to kick a long one. He beat the Miami Dolphins early in the year, at least the margin of his 54-yard field goal, beat the Minnesota Vikings. And he will be kicking, I think, well, just mark it at the 54. Now, he's made one this year already. Yards away from 3 points for Miami. This will be Roger Worley. And Worley comes up 3 yards short of letting it go through the end zone. Stopped there by Larry Little. So the score remains the Dolphins 7, the Cardinals nothing, and we'll be back right after this.
Gillette makes a better double edge now than the one your father used. The smoothest edge we can put on a blade, but the smoothest shave we can put on your face. The Platinum Plus blade. And someday, Gillette will make even a better blade for your son. The more things change, the more they stay the same. We made the first blade, and we're still the first blade. Gillette. Platinum Plus.
Because PaperMate knows how you write, they put a pump in the PowerPoint pen. So even at odd angles on the worst surfaces, the PaperMate pumps ink to the point, automatically as you write. So no matter where or what you have to write on, the PaperMate PowerPoint keeps on writing smoothly, even when you wish it wouldn't. The PaperMate PowerPoint, the pen that pumps the ink. Put a PaperMate gift set in someone's stocking this Christmas.
12 minutes and 16 seconds remain in the half. The Miami Dolphins out in front of the St. Louis Cardinals, 7-0. Darryl Yepremian has just missed on a 54-yard field goal attempt. To the Cardinals quarterback, Jerry Bozzo. In motion goes Mel Gray. The toss goes out to Donnie Anderson. He can pass. He hits. And watch out. And Mel Gray, the speedster, crosses the 50, out of bounds at the 49, driven out of bounds by Jake Scott.
What a pest that little fella can be. He went to Missouri, as most of you know. Dan Devine, who was then coaching at the University of Missouri, found him at a Santa Rosa High School where he was the sprint star. Let's look at it again.
That was well thrown, Howard. That one was right in there. Donnie threw that one on a run. Left hand. What did that excuse me? Pretty friendly.
Little Santa Rosa High School. Knew he played football. Saw him also in a track meet. Knew he wanted him at Missouri.
He gained 34 to Miami's 49-yard line. And this is Donnie Anderson, the running back. Picking up one, maybe two, met by Nick Bonacani, number 85.
There's Dandy's favorite, Larry Wilson.
I told him once I said, Larry, only D.N. can love a face like yours. I don't think he loved it. He's got a lovely wife, D.N., and 3 kids. He has a little farm outside of St. Louis. He's quite a fella. Really do respect him. All right, the Cardinals pick up 3. It'll be second down and 7. The ball at the 46. Brazzo going out to Mel Gray. And he's met there by number 25, Tim Foley, at the 41-yard line, a gain of 4.
That's one of the guys you don't hear about. Cornerback Jim Foley. The other cornerback, 45, Curtis Johnson. As Frank perhaps implied earlier, we had a long session yesterday with number 85, Nick Bonacani. Went over every single man on the Miami roster with him, offense and defense, and he talked about the extraordinary improvement in the cornerback. The way they've learned to come up and hit hard. So that nobody can turn the corner against them, the way they've learned to cover people.
3rd and 3 from the 42. Anderson, Dick Anderson, and he can turn on the excitement.
I'll tell you, he's too much.
Finally stopped by Walker Gillette. That pass thrown behind, Don.
He is always where the football is.
When Dick Anderson intercepted the pass, and they had like 13 blocks on it, and he ran it for a good 5 or 6 minutes, it seemed like one turn. It's Baltimore in the playoffs.
That's right. That was the biggie.
That ball looked to be tipped. I really don't know for sure. It possibly was tipped in there by number 83, Jim Herder. But look at him go. He's looking for some open room. He was finally caught up with Walker Gillette. Right, 84. Attaboy, 33. Here's Huckham.
King. You're going to lose your shirt, kid.
Good luck, kid.
Jack. Ace. The kid's got it. All he needs is an easy 10 for a royal flush. Looks like the kid hasn't got it after all.
Skittle poker from Aurora. Sometimes you win.
And sometimes you lose your shirt. Nice shot.
I think better. Want to play?
I came to play Wisconsin Skinny.
That's me. You hustler?
Nope, salesman.
Break.
What do you sell? Skittle pull. Skittle pull by Aurora. It's a lot of fun.
Well, that happens every so often, particularly when you make as many changes as the Cardinals have been forced to this year. They did not have the right people in the right places. This will be Bakken's attempt from 49 yards away. Good, and it's good. Jim Bakken from 49 yards out. Just as we were saying, Jeffrey, he can kick him from 50, but he can't from 27. Jim Bakken puts the Cardinals on the scoreboard. Take a lighthearted look at current events as seen from Humus, Mort Salt, and Freeberg, and Bob and Ray's irreverent eyes on Comedy News and ABC Late Night Comedy Special. And that's tomorrow night at 11:30, 10:30 Central Time, and of course right here on ABC. Well, as we await the kickoff, Jeff, the Miami fans are strangely quiescent because their team seems to be slumbering
No,
tonight.
they're just quiet. They're not making much noise.
All right, we'll put it that way, Dan Duro. In any event, this is going to be John's problem, Schuler's problem, to keep this team up and alive and going. A supposedly weak St. Louis team giving them at this point a good game of it at 7-3. And we have 7:59 remaining in the half. Jim Bakken. Kick. Charlie Lee, in and out of the hand, touchback. And so far, the Cardinals, even though Miami has had most of the possession time, the Cardinals have battled the Miami Dolphins to that 7-3. And the Cardinal team is a good football team. They have a lot of speed. They have just been besieged with injuries. They're catching a lot of trouble at home. People have started shuffle the card fan club, stick an ad out in the paper. That really helps the football team. Gives you a lot of support. First and 10 from the 20. Both backs coming out of the backfield. This is Briscoe. Nailed there by Larry Stalling, 67. Don, I don't have the stats before me, but hasn't Earl been throwing a lot tonight? Remember, Miami, as the leading ground game in the National Football League, they've been averaging over 200 yards a game on the ground, and it seems to me Earl's been throwing a lot against this club.
I think you're right. He's thrown 8 times. That's not an awful lot for one quarter, but it appears he is. Yeah, Briscoe's been a fine addition to this ball club, too, Howard. I'd like to really get into that one in a little while.
On second down and 2, and big hole. There he is. Jim kick. Look at old Sundance go. Cut his hair. Cut his hair, John. Looked at Morris, said his is short. He's got the starting role. Hey, look at it. Had a good blocks up there by that front four we've been talking about. Look at that effort on kick part, gaining an extra yard. Keep that balance, put one hand down. Kept one. Got another good block by Zonka there in the middle, too. These guys work very well together. First down, the ball at the 37-yard line. 6 minutes, 43 seconds remain in the half. And kick again. This time, Larry Solly holds on to kick up just at the line of scrimmage. This program is being brought to you as an ABC Sports exclusive. Right now, let's pause 5 seconds to allow our local stations to identify themselves. The Miami Dolphins making a couple of changes. Jim Mandich has come in at tight end, 88. And at offensive left tackle, number 79, is Wayne Moore, as Doug Verzan has gone to the bench. It's second down and 9. Stick with about a yard gain. The screen goes to Briscoe, and he can throw it also. That's 3 for 3, boys. That's a pretty play. I like it. That's fun.
talked about Briscoe being able to throw. He played quarterback, as most of you know, in the American Football League. And Otto Stowe is the receiver with a 26-yard gain. There's a lateral out to Briscoe. He says to throw it. You can tell he's done it before. Otto Stowe there. That was not two forward passes. As you possibly noticed that the ball from Earl Morrall to Briscoe was thrown laterally. So that would be termed as a lateral than the other forward pass. Only one forward pass per play. Miami out in front, 7-3. Clock shows 5:48. Donka gets the draw call, and he just pulls his way for about a yard and a half. Dolphins, of course, got out in front on a 2-yard touchdown run by Jim Kick. They've dominated the game, at least in terms of time of possession. And then the Cardinals came back to make it 7-3, a 49-yard field goal by Jim Bakken. And that's our story with 5:24, clock moving, remaining in the half. Andy, you said talk about Briscoe. You just saw part of his value. That's incidentally, it's the third pass he's thrown this year, all complete. Earl Morrall, who filled in 68, as most football fans most certainly will recall, took Don Shula's Baltimore Colts to the Super Bowl. Here, he's trying it again for Miami. It's in and out of the hands of Otto Stowe. Spider-Man, drafted number 1 in 1956 for the 49ers. He played at Pittsburgh. He was at Detroit. He was with the Giants. He was at Baltimore. And this is his 5th club. Best backup quarterback in football. He can do it. This young man shows a lot of promise, Howard. Otto Stowe. He does. You measure a team not just... You build a team with your front four on defense and the quarterback who can do the job on offense. But then you lose a great young quarterback, Creasy. You lose Warfield. When you've got Stowe and Twilly and Briscoe, that shows the depth you need to win a championship. And they're all three in now on 3rd down and 7. Marv Fleming, the tight end, coming out on the sure pass. Oh, and Larry Wilson. Oh, wait a minute. Flag goes down. Mark Arneson and Larry Wilson, I believe, both made contact. Pushing, pass interference, 1st down, Miami. Four minutes, 54 seconds. Ball marked now at the 27-yard line. Cardinals secondary, Thompson 43, Worley 22, Wilson 8, Miller Farr 20. Both wide receivers now go out to the right for Miami. Carl falls down on the play fake, and he's immediately buried there. Richardson, 71, was there, along with 75, Bob Rowe, and that happened. All you can say, it just really is embarrassing. It looked like, let's see, it looked like he tripped over somebody's foot. Possibly his own. Yep, I'd say. Well, nobody happened to you, John? Yeah, it happened to me. It home way too often, but you see, he's breaking his arm, he comes back, trips over his own feet, falls down, and usually you have a hard time getting up. For some reason, try to get up in a hurry and you just can't do it. You know, after 17 years, you're going to trip and stumble every now and then. All right, it'll be 2nd down now and 18. Including the Briscoe, he goes to the right, throws out to the left, the tight end Mandage is in now, the 3rd-year man out of Michigan, replacing Marv Fleming. In there. Briscoe. Marlon Briscoe, he's got the 1st down, he's inside the 15. I thought about a while ago, this guy does have a lot of speed, too. When they picked him up, that was one of the reasons he can't move. He's just going down, he's working on Miller Farr, number 20. Comes through on the inside. That's a well-thrown football, by the way. Right in the seams. That's Scully's number 67. But look at him when he gets it. He's got his eye moving for that defensive back. Howard, not to put you on the spot, but how did he get here? Number 86, he led the AFC in 1970 in Buffalo. He would figure it out. Played out his options, didn't he? Up in, no, he didn't. He was traded. It was another of Shula's great deals. And he gives the Dolphins a 1st and 10. That's the 13. As a matter of fact, yesterday, Frank and I asked Nick Bonacani what happened with Briscoe. We thought Shula got him down here to play ahead of Twilly because he's faster than Howard. And Nick said, you wouldn't believe Twilly. He's done everything. He's even running fly patterns. He's having an incredible year, and he's just beaten all and out. But what a guy to have on the bench in Briscoe. It's the very depth that we were just talking about, including having a moral behind Greasy. He goes out to the right, so out to the left, second down and 8. The ball marked right at the 10-yard line. Oh, the blitz is on. Zeroing in on Earl Morrow is Roger Worley and Mark Arneson. The full blitz for the Cardinals. Worley is a free safety. That is Worley, be number 78 in there first. And a whole bunch of them get around it. I have to give a lot of them credit for that one. He's been under those a few times, Don. Pretty good noisy, doesn't it? By the way, you know what Briscoe's comment was when he was traded to Miami? Candy said, I've always wanted to be on Monday Night Football. All right, third down now and 15. The ball marks at the 13. Briscoe out to the right, Stowe out to the left. Going deep for Briscoe, and this time covering Briscoe well was number 20, Miller Farr, brother of Mel Farr. Fine brother after the National Football League. Interesting the way Shula uses Mandich in these situations, Frank, because obviously Shula considers him a better receiver than Fleming, who's known for his blocking, but has not been known in recent years for his receiving. So Garo Yepremian comes on, and this man has not missed all of last year from inside the 30, nor has he this year. 14 of 24 overall, 15 of 25. You can almost say it's automatic when it's inside the 30 for Garo Yepremian. As the Dolphins extend their lead over the Cardinals to 10-3. All right, this one has turned out to be a real good game. That's the way it usually is on Monday Night Football. Next week, we've got a terribly critical game for both teams. The San Francisco 49ers, in the wake of their stunning upset of the Dallas Cowboys on Thanksgiving Day, now leading in the Western Division of the NFC, against the Los Angeles Rams, who suddenly become perhaps the most disappointing team in the National Football Conference, being upset by New Orleans yesterday, and within the last 3 weeks having lost to two overwhelming underdogs, New Orleans and Denver. So it's a must-win game for the Rams. And, of course, Atlanta is right in there, too. A big one next Monday night. Underway. This will go to Mel Gray in the end zone. Keep in mind, this man has run, and the fake reverse this time by Mel Gray. Down he goes. Great defensive play there by number 51 of the Dolphins. All the way down there is Larry Ball. 18-yard return, and they've been using a lot of reverses on kickoff this year. That time, the Cardinals tried to fake it, but didn't fool anyone. And Larry Ball is a big, good-looking rookie from Louisville. He's 6'6", 225, and he can hit. Let's take a look at the time of possession, which I think tells an awful lot about Miami's dominance, but it's not the kind of dominance that you'd expect in the score. 20 minutes in effect to 8 minutes, more than double the time of possession, and yet it's a 10-3 ball game. And there is the 2-minute warning. Gary Quazzo going over to discuss things with Bob Holloway, and we'll be back at the Orange Bowl of Miami right after this message.
Every Ford Pinto that we build has to live up to the good Ford cars it gets. Even the ones driven by bad people like Clyde Barrow, the bank robber. His actual letter is still in the Ford file. I have drove Fords exclusively this day when I could get away with one. For freedom from trouble, Ford has ever other cars skinned. Well, we think today's Ford Pinto has a lot of other cars skinned too. Watch our friend the fire chief and his 3-door Pinto runabout. It has a solid 4-speed transmission, a rugged engine improved and developed in over 10 years of actual driving. It has rack and pinion steering, a sturdy body of welded steel. The basic, durable Ford Pinto gets you where you have to be, even if you didn't have to be there. When you get back to basics, you get back to Ford. Pinto at your Ford dealer.
Here
Gary Quazzo comes back into the huddle. He's been talking with head coach Bob Holloway. Gary Quazzo, who once played for head coach Don Shula. But he's been around. He played for Bud Grant up in Minnesota. And he had a very satisfying win this year over the Minnesota Vikings.
Also played for New Orleans when Kilmer beat him out of the job.
All right, he has a job cut out for him. The Dolphins leading the Cardinals 10-3. The ball resting at the 13-yard mark. 2 minutes left in the first half. Melgray complete at the 35. Little Melgray, can he fly? He's only 5'9", 170 pounds. As he dropped in the arms of number 13, Jake Scott. A couple of years ago, I think it was 1970, the Big 8 track meet. This little man won the 100, the 220, the long jump, and was second in the triple jump.
Outside of that, he wasn't an actor. Played in the band at halftime.
Just a ticket. Quazzo uses another timeout. Comes over to talk to Bob Holloway and Ed Hughes, a couple of former teammates of mine. That's Ed Hughes, the former head coach of the Houston Oilers. And across the field, the strategy continues. Holloway with Quazzo. You know, in 1958, John and Howard, I got a call from a youngster at Richfield High School in Richfield, New Jersey. I'd heard my knee playing, and the youngster wanted to know what I did to get back in 3 weeks. Well, I had to tell him about Doc Sweeney, of course, but that youngster was Gary Quazzo, who went to high school in Richfield. He hurt his knee or something, and he had hurt his knee, and wanted to know maybe if we had a little secret. Frank, I see Freddie Height come in, number 88, and Donnie Anderson go out. Coaches mentioned they might go into a double wing set with only one running back. Let's see if they use that particular set this time. Try to get as many receivers as they can out to flood the zone. Another thing you might notice in the 2-minute drill, you see Quazzo explaining the pass pattern there. Is the receivers are told to run their patterns approximately 5 yards deeper than they ordinarily do, because everybody's going to be dropping back and defending against the pass. You called it too, Don. It is the double wing. Moore, copy of screen, now coming in motion. And now Quazzo trips.
Well, now, if he trips over his foot, it's going to be like father, like son then.
Quazzo tripping, pulling away from the center. Say more for him, Frank. They're going to have to use that third timeout. Or they're going to line up and have to go again. Let's see what they're going to do. They're not going to call timeout, I don't believe. When the receivers get back, you'll see the official start the clock. There it is. 1:45 remaining in the half. And this time, they get it off quickly and out of the hands and almost picked off there by number 57, Mike Colin. Now that one wasn't even very well thrown for Dennis, because it was about 3 or 4 yards behind him. They're obviously trying to get the ball to the outside so they can stop the clock.
That Colin is, they say, the hardest hitter on the team. He's a very religious fellow. Seems much too kindly to play football. He's out of Auburn University. But once on the field, Bonacani says he becomes unbelievable. They call him Captain Crunch, a nickname he dislikes heartily.
Sounds like a cereal. Third down and 16. Clock shows 1:39. The Cardinals trailing 10-3. The draw play now to Donnie Anderson. The Cardinals go back to their set offense. Out to the 35, mark it at the 36. Manny Fernandez made the stop, number 75.
Well, we're going to get a chance to see the Miami Dolphins 2-minute offense in effect here tonight. They have plenty of time to put some more points on the board.
Yeah, I had suspected if Quazzo had come up with another quick completion after the throw to Gray, we might see the famed Miami Dolphins 53 defense, where Bob Matheson, number 53, comes in. And we just had a word asking us who called timeout.
Miami obviously wanting to get possession at the door football. St. Louis is out. They both now use 2 timeouts. 1:27 on the clock, and dropping deep is Jake Scott, number 13, and Dick Anderson, number 40. 40 up close with Anderson, deep is Scott. Anderson, the left-footed kicker, and he can get it up there. Scott risking it at the 15. Cardinals have the ball. Well, he couldn't out of advance, had not Scott had possession, but he did have possession. He fumbled the ball, and it's marked at the 8-yard line. 1 minute and 11 seconds show on the clock.
Monday Night Football. It only happened here, John.
Let's see what happens to him, because here's Scott. There's a tackle right there, number 31. He's just been activated. I don't know who that is. That's Chuck Beatty again. Yeah, Beatty's around a lot. He was down that ball tonight. He wants to play. All right. Bobby Moore goes out to the left. Out to the right, Phil Gray. First and goal for the Cardinals. They're at the 8-yard line. Johnny Anderson fumbles. And this time it's kicked off by Stanfield. I tell you. Well, not going to really turn it around right there. If they could have brought that one in there, we could have been in a big upset. Let's see. I didn't see Johnny get hit. He cut the ball. He never did get a good exchange with Guazo. Looked like he reached for it a little bit. That Stanfield number 84 picked it up. He can advance it. And he almost fumbled to the lateral. He was thinking about it, and that may be why he almost fumbled. Well, what a succession or even comedy of errors. Clock moving. St. Louis now with 3 turnovers. Miami with 1. They have the lead, though. This is Zonka. He doesn't fumble. He didn't fumble at all last year until that critical point in the Super Bowl. Zonka picks up the first down. He moves out to the 27-yard line, and Miami uses a timeout. A lot of confidence in their offense as Earl Morrow moves over to talk to head coach Don Shula. There are the turnovers we mentioned. ABC Sports has an outstanding array of postseason football coming your way. On Monday night, December the 18th, it's the Liberty Bowl, Iowa State versus Georgia Tech from Memphis, Tennessee. Then on Christmas Day, the North-South game from right here in the Orange Bowl in Miami, Florida, followed by the Gator Bowl with Colorado meeting Auburn from Jacksonville, Florida on December the 30th. On New Year's Eve, it's the Sugar Bowl featuring Penn State and Oklahoma from New Orleans at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And then on January the 6th, the Hula Bowl. Exciting lineup of postseason football right here on ABC. That's right, kid. You stop that now.
Yes, we've been through that.
I was just sitting here thinking, what do you think that Don Shula could tell Earl Morrow that he hasn't told him over the past 2 years that he's been together? Go over here.
Earl, only thing he can tell him is Earl, forget January 12, 1969.
Oh. He has to keep reminding him of that. Probably told him to be careful. Be careful. How do you be careful, huh, Don? You don't trip with your own feet. There's kick. And kick over the 30 to about the 31-yard line. Working on the clock now. And quickly they line up.
Why do you think they haven't been using Morris that much tonight, Don?
I don't really know.
Oh, that was in there.
Briscoe holds on. Oh, man, what a lick. Oh, he took a shot. Worley may be down on that one because he took a heck of a lick from Briscoe. The ball was well thrown. The referee is going to call timeout. There's an injured player. Let's take a look at it. Oliver Briscoe, that ball is right in there. And look at Roger Worley, number 22. He's down. When the referee calls timeout for an injured player, that player has to leave the game for at least one play. It is not a charge timeout. Now, 57, Mark Arneson, the rookie middle linebacker, was in on that play. So let's finish that story from the first quarter, Dandy. It's John Chinnick's notion that if a middle linebacker makes 6 tackles unassisted, 6 in a ball game, he's done his job reasonably well. If he gets up to 8 in each department, he's been outstanding. And Chinnick says, I know this kid has greatness within him because against the Dallas Cowboys, the reigning champions, as you look at him, number 57, he had 10 individual tackles and 11 assists. He said, this kid is for real. He is a good one, and I'm not trying to dispute that at all. There's one thing, from a quarterback standpoint, it's like the guys don't make a lot of tackles, it's going to be one you're running at a lot. And that's always true with any rookie. This guy happens to be, he can measure up to what they're throwing at him, but you find a rookie in that defense, you're going to test him. Let's see what he can do. Roger appears to be okay. You see him walking up down the sideline. He really did take a good lick. Probably kind of wondering where he was for a while, but he's all right. Replacing Worley in that secondary. With 13 seconds remaining in the half is number 31, Chuck Beatty, just activated tonight. He's been, as Don mentioned earlier, all over the field on the special team. Also in there in the pass present defense is number 49 for the Cardinals, Neil Hackbart. Mandy is in offensively for the Dolphins. First and 10 from the Dolphins, 48. Briscoe again. Marlon Briscoe. He's throwing that ball well, Frank. That ball was well timed. It appears that they're out of time. The Dolphins had no more timeouts on. That's right. You saw the referee shake his head. Time has run out. Now that's that receiver, Briscoe, if he could have at all gotten out of bounds, that would have given him almost a sure field goal. And that's the story at halftime. The undefeated Miami Dolphins out in front of the Cardinals 10-3. Great highlight action coming up when we return to the Orange Bowl.
You know, nothing brings back the memories of Christmas like the great songs of Christmas. Some of the greatest are here in Goodyear's newest album, Christmas Is. 14 Christmas classics by outstanding artists of our time. Barbara Streisand, The Carpenters, Frank Sinatra, Joe Stafford, The Hillside Singers, Judy Garland, Tony Bennett. How'd he get in there? Andy Williams, the Mills Brothers, Doris Day, Vicky Carr, Patty Page, and Julie Andrews. Christmas is just $1.25 at your Goodyear service store and most Goodyear dealers. You want to hurry, because this is one memory that won't last forever.
Harry Belafonte joins Julie Andrews Wednesday night.
Well, they don't allow signs in the Orange Bowl, but there are those who would defy the edict, as you see before you, a greeting for the unholy triumvirate. And quickly, let's review the scoring that took place here in the first half at the Orange Bowl in the game between the unbeaten Miami Dolphins and the St. Louis Cardinals. The halftime score, Miami 10-3, and this is the way it happened. Jim Kick broke through on a 2-yard run that was really a lot more than that as you watch him in action again because he powered his own way. Larry Zonka got a crunching block in there, but after that it was all Kick and right into the midriff of the defender. Kick in for the score. You premium the extra point, 7-0 Miami. In the second quarter, Jim Bakken with a 49-yard field goal made it 7-3 Miami, and then you premium with a 25-yard field goal made it 10-3 Miami. Which leads us up to our halftime highlight. We would like to show for you Giant fans in New York some of that game. Time will not permit it, and it was a one-sided game with no immediate impact upon the standings. But our congratulations to the Giants for setting a scoring record for that club, 62-10 over the Philadelphia Eagles. For the rest, another surprising day in the National Football League. So to the highlight, as selected by our producers and NFL Film. The hopeful but worried face of San Francisco coach Dick Nolan. His 49ers must go on this Thanksgiving Day against the Dallas Cowboys in Texas Stadium. And this kind of defensive effort by Cedric Hartman as he sacked Craig Morton for a loss typified the play of San Francisco throughout the day. But the early foot was to Dallas. They're ahead 7-0 with 6 minutes into the second quarter. And Craig Morton has jumped. You saw him fumble the ball. It's picked off by number 52, Skip Vanderbunt. He returns it 73 yards downfield for a touchdown. That tied it at 7-7. After this play, San Francisco dominated the game. In the fourth quarter, they were ahead 24-10. 9:30 elapsed. Morton desperate. Passes. Picked off again by Vanderbunt. And it's another San Francisco touchdown. Final score 31-10. 49ers over Dallas. And the 49ers meet the Rams next Monday night. Tommy Prothro, coach of the Rams, on the right. J.D. Roberts, coach of New Orleans, on the left. The game's supposed to be a breather for the Rams. They're now ahead 3-0. It's the third play of the second quarter. That's Archie Manning, the young man from Ole Miss. 5 yards on a keeper touchdown. It's no breather at all. The Saints lead 7-3. A seesaw game. Now we're in the third quarter. And the rookie from Texas, Jim Bertelsen, carrying for the Rams. In for a touchdown, and the Rams lead it at this point 13-10. Now we're late in the third quarter, and it's Archie Manning coming back. A 23-yard pass to Bob Newell, and it's a touchdown for the Saints. They're ahead 16-13. That's a very worried Jack Snow, worried and surprised, I'm sure. 6 seconds left in the game. It's 16-16. Happy fella trying a field goal for the Saints. 33 yards. Look at his reaction. It's good. And what an upset. 19-16, New Orleans over Los Angeles. The Rams must beat the 49ers to stay alive next Monday night. Brown is beautiful. That could only be whom you think it is. Number 43, Larry Brown. The Redskins are playing the Pack at home. We're midway in the second quarter, and that's Larry Brown. As he acrobats his way in for a touchdown, a 2-yard run, and it's a 7-3 lead for Washington. We've got about 2 minutes left in the half. Little more than that. That's Charlie Haraway. They call him a third guard. He's a running back, but what a blocker. This time he moves for 24 yards and sets this play up late in the half. It's Billy Tillman, number 17. To the tight end, Jerry Smith. What a money player he is. Touchdown, 14-3 Redskins. Moving ahead to the third quarter, Jerry Tagging, number 17, is in. The young man who grew up in Green Bay, but went to the University of Nebraska. What a pitch to Dave Davis. As you saw, he had touchdown written all over that throw, but Davis couldn't handle it. Now in the fourth quarter, on the very third play, the score 14-6 Washington. Tagging throwing, 15 yards downfield. This time, Davis plays Patsy with it, but holds on to it, and it's a 15-yard gain for the Pack. That sets up the very next play. Tagging, handing off to MacArthur Lane. He busts through, touchdown. Gets the fumble, the ball was dead, touchdown, 14-13 the Redskins at this point. This Redskins team, as you know, is an opportunistic team that capitalizes on scoring opportunities. Billy Gilman to Charlie Tell. Touchdown. Washington goes on to win a very big one from the Pack, 21-16.
What does Major Appliance Customer Care Service Everywhere mean? It means GE Factory Service Centers in over 100 big towns.
And 5,000 independents like me. In smaller towns.
Means you can call for an appointment instead of hanging around all day. And when I get there, 9 times out of 10, I got the part to fix it.
So the next time you're thinking about buying a new appliance,
Remember who takes care of your old one.
America's #1 major appliance value, General Electric. Hello, I'm Cricket, the new disposable butane lighter by Gillette. Oh, I'm good for thousands of lights, so I last for months. Cricket by Gillette. Try me.
Harry, make sure you get a close shave and don't cut yourself. You gotta look good for the wedding.
Don't worry, this is a track too. 2 blades, but recessed so they're safe.
Then how are you gonna shave close?
When the first blade shaves it with you, it lifts it out from the face. And before it all snaps back, the second blade can shave it again, closer. Don't ask if I can shave closer with my 1-blade razor.
Couldn't you just shave tight with your 1-blade razor?
The whisker snaps back too fast.
Harry, look at your daughter.
Gorgeous. Good.
The track 2, Gillette made it 1 blade better.
The band at Cleveland's Municipal Stadium strikes up a happy note. Cleveland doing surprisingly well this year, tied with Pittsburgh for first Central Division, AFC, but they're going against the Bills, and number 32, O.J. Simpson, moves in for an early touchdown. It's 7-0 Buffalo. What a year O.J. is having. He went over 1,000 yards on the season on this day.
But this young man, Mike Phipps from Purdue, is really finding himself. Here he spots Leroy Kelly, and it's a touchdown that ties it up at 10-10 for the Browns against the Bills. This action team with 50 seconds left in the first half. Moving ahead to the fourth quarter, the Browns leading 17-10. The third play of the quarter. Leo Hart, the quarterback now for the Bills. The ball is deflected by Dale Lindsey, picked off by Nick Roman. He moves downfield for the first touchdown of his pro football career, and the Browns go on to defeat the Bills 27-10. I mentioned the Pittsburgh Steelers. That's their home, Three River Stadium. It's a great confluence in a big game today against the Vikings, and this reflects the kind of problem the Vikings had on this day. Paul Krause trying to handle the ball on an attempted field goal couldn't. Now watch this. Same attempted kind of play, but different result. Now Krause looking to pass out of the untenable situation, and ineligible receiver downfield, so you could forget the whole thing. But Minnesota's a tough team to beat. They were ahead 3-0, and indeed some favored them in this game when Franco Harris, number 32, the rookie from Penn State, who so resembled Jimmy Brown, moved in for a touchdown to put the Steelers ahead 7-3. That was in the first quarter. Now, more action. The score still 7-3. A screen pass from Bradshaw to Ron Shanklin, the wide receiver. The net result, a 43-yard gain. That set up a Pittsburgh field goal to make it Steelers 10, the Vikes 3. That score sustained until the fourth period, with 10 minutes remaining. Dawkins coming back as he's done so often, looking for John Gilliam, who's become his favorite target with the Vikes. And it's another long gainer, Dawkinson to Gilliam. Not a touchdown bomb, not quite, as he stumbles behind that blocker and finally is gotten down from the rear, but it's a 63-yard gain, setting up this play. Dawkinson dropping back, looking left, then turning right, and hitting Stu Voigt for the touchdown that produced a 10-10 tie. Side, turn the corner on the outside. Show the amazing speed for the big man. Downfield, a 61-yard gain, which set up a Bradshaw 1-yard plunge for a touchdown. The extra point failed. It was 16-10 Pittsburgh. Now, a minute 30 left in the game. The pass goes from Bradshaw to Frank Lewis, the speedster from Grambling, and he moves down 17 yards for the touchdown that clinches it for the new powerhouse in the National Football League, the Pittsburgh Steelers, who have a showdown game against Cleveland next week in their division. And that was the action yesterday as 19 out of 26 teams continue to be alive for playoff hope. Of course, the Miami Dolphins have clinched their Eastern Division of the American Football Conference, but they could be in a little bit of trouble tonight against the Cardinals. There is the halftime score. And ABC's NFL Monday Night Football, the St. Louis Cardinals versus the Miami Dolphins, is being brought to you by Gillette, makers of foamy face saver with lubricating protection to help prevent shaving irritation. And by Ford and your Ford dealers. See all the better ideas for 73 at your Ford dealers. And we'll be ready for the second half kickoff between the Cardinals and the Dolphins after this word from our local station.
It's 30 minutes of fun and laughs on Temperatures Rising tomorrow.
Halftime statistics, the two big items. Offensive plays, Miami has run off 40, St. Louis 19. It's reflected in the time of possession. 21-14 for Miami, 8:46 for St. Louis. And Miami, of course, got on the scoreboard first. Jim Kick going in from 2 yards out, and Watkins follow number 39, Zonka, who takes on right linebacker number 58. And that was Terry Miller. That was the last time Terry Miller played in the first half. Zonka just buried him and then carried Thompson right into the end zone. St. Louis came back with a 49-yard field goal by Bakken to make it 7-3, and then Garo Yepremian, who hasn't missed now in a year, and well, more than a year, from inside the 30, kicked a 25-yard field goal to make it 10-3 Miami. Cardinals will receive. As the Miami Dolphins continue to try to do what has never been done, go through an undefeated season, through the playoffs, into a championship. And this is Garo Yepremian dropping deep, number 28. Bobby Moore, the rookie from Oregon, great athlete on your left. And number 85, the speedster from Missouri, in his second year, Mel Gray. We're being told that Terry Miller has nothing seriously wrong with him, but he did not come back after being hit by Zonka. This is Mel Gray. Mel Gray tripped up, crossed just over the 20 to about the 22. Curtis Johnson, the cornerback, was down there to make the stop. Offensively, the Cardinals returned as they left. Jerry Quazzo at quarterback, number 15, the cutback. Anderson, 44, Rowland, 23. The tight end is Big Jackie Smith, 81, bottom of the screen. Walker Gillette, 84, one wide receiver. And now Gillette is out. Mel Gray stays in, number 85. And the Cardinals, with their first time of possession in the second half, moved from their own 22. Anderson on a play fake. Looking for the screen. This is Jackie Smith, the tight end. And Smith moves over the 35 to the 37-yard line. Stopped by Dick Anderson, number 40. Anderson, one safety, along with Jake Scott, number 13, the cornerback for Miami. 25, Foley. 45, Curtis Johnson. The linebackers, Monotani in the middle, 85. Doug Swift, 59. And Mike Colin, 57, the outside linebackers. Bob Matheson works in and out. And a three-man defensive front four, and that's what we have now, the Miami 5-3.
That's the 53 defense we talked about, Frank, with Matheson in there.
On first and 10 from the 37. And scrambling is Johnny Anderson, met by Bob Matheson. Originally started his play at Cleveland. Came to Miami last year and has done a fine job, particularly in their pass defense.
Interesting little side note, Jeff. Remember our Baltimore-Minnesota game last year? The quarterbacks were for Baltimore, Morrow, from Minnesota, Quazzo. Here they are against each other with different teams.
That is interesting. That's Bob Holloway looking on in his second year as head coach of the Cardinals. Gain of 2 by Anderson. It'll be second down and 8. Moving now from the 39 of the Cardinals. Trailing 10-3. We're just underway in the second half. Out to Johnny Rowland. I believe it was deflected. All right, the front three for the Miami Dolphins. Bill Stanfield, 84. Manny Fernandez, 75. Vern Herder, number 83. That's number 83 on the left. And number 57 is Mike Colin. Those are the conversions. The Cardinals have yet to make one. And the Dolphins have made 50% of theirs. Cardinals yet to come up with a first down on a third down. They have now 3rd and 8 from their own 39. Mel Gray goes to the right. Moore is out to the left. The tight end, Jackie Smith, the other receiver, bottom of the screen. Oh, thrown way behind Mel Gray, and well, Plaza was very fortunate that was not picked off.
He was, and that's some defense that they throw up in a situation like this. Bonacani went out, Mumford came in, gave him 5 defensive backs as we look at Mel Gray in the replay.
Well, if Sanders are there first, you see that Gray's going to the inside. The ball is thrown closer at Swift there, I believe. He had a shot at it. Anderson almost had a shot because I believe he was slightly deflected. And here's Johnny Anderson. Came from Green Bay. Of course, that's right from MacArthur Lane. Left-footed punter. Having a good night. Came into the game as we look at Jake Scott from the 13. Anderson came in, averaging a little over 41 yards. He gets it high. Scott doesn't care. He'll try to run back, and he is really nailed at the 31-yard line. 37-yard punt by Johnny Anderson. So Miami will take over their first offensive possession of the second half. They lead the Cardinals 10-3, and we'll be back after this.
I'm Ira Parsegian, football coach at Notre Dame. If the quarterback could take only one play into the game, it should be an option play. He can run, he can pitch out, or pass. 3 options. Ford gives you its own version of the triple option play on the mid-size 1973 Ford Torino Squire. The three-way door gate. It opens like the door. Fast. Even with the window up. It opens with the window down. And it opens like a tailgate. A big load like 4-foot-wide building panels. 3 options. And you find the three-way door gate on the world's best-selling full-size wagon. The quiet new 1973 Ford Country Squire, along with Ford Motor Company exclusives like dual-facing rear seats. See the new night wagons at your Ford dealers. When it comes to wagons, nobody swings like Ford.
12:47 remaining in the third quarter. Miami taking over the football. They'll move from their own 31-yard line, just short of the 31, to wide receivers, 86 Briscoe, 82 Otto Stowe. This is the veteran, Earl Morrow, All-American 17 years ago at Michigan State. Zonka, 39, one step back. This is Zonka. And he picks up a couple, a very stingy Cardinals defensive unit. And considering that they were 11th in the NFC East, or rather in the entire National Football Conference against the rush, they've done a pretty good job against the AFC's number 1 rushing team. Gain of 1, it'll be second down and 9. Mark Fleming, the tight end for the Dolphins, number 80. Victory Morris out of the hands of John Brown, but Larry Wilson hangs on out of bounds at the 34-yard line. Larry Wilson, part of a secondary that now includes again Roger Worley, number 22. Back at safety, was taken up just before the half. Norm Thompson, the right cornerback, 43. The left cornerback, Miller Farr, is able to anticipate the pass from Earl Morrow on a third down and 8. Jim Kick, perhaps a better receiver than Mercury Morris, comes into the Dolphins offensive unit. The 2 wide receivers, Briscoe, 86, Stowe, 82, move out to the left. They're picked up by Wilson and Thompson. Morrow finds Kick. That's why he's in there. Kick, first down, after the 44-yard line. A cagey little call. Let's watch Kick. He kind of goes in across and kind of loses himself there in the middle of the line. Watching the linebacker, you see him. I got to miss this guy. Yes, very. That's Arneson, the middle linebacker we were talking about. He gets away from him. Here comes Miller Farr, number 20. Doesn't get away from him, but does pick up a nice gain. For the Dolphins, picked up their initial first down of the second half. Again, both wide receivers out to the left, Stowe and Briscoe. Mark Fleming, the tight end, top of your screen. Ball to 44. Here comes Zonka. 237 pounds, and look at his motor. What power. 18-yard gain down to the 37. Number 66, Little, the guard we've been talking about quite a bit tonight. What chunk will follow him? Got a good block on Stallings there. Did he ever? Watching that Roger Worley, number 22. He just kept Worley up, kept going. Larry Wilson, he really is a power runner. Here's another shot of it from a different angle. You see him follow that block. Lowered that shoulder just at the right time. 5 action from the 38, first and 10. Kick again. Just back to the line of scrimmage.
Miami fans are as rabid as any fans we've ever seen anywhere. Down here, they had a column within the past 3 days to the effect that number 43 of Washington, Larry Brown, isn't the greatest. They admit he's a very good back, but they say on a yard game per try basis, Zonka shows up better than Brown. Now, that's in a Miami case.
Well, I like that both of
their opinion. That's the difference, the two of them together.
Second down and 9. Kick out of the backfield again. Morrow with time to throw. He's going deep for Stowe, wide open. Otto Stowe. And this man has put on some kind of performance
promise tonight. How did he get that deep? Well, I think they blew his own back here. Maybe we can see it again, hopefully, because we got Mr. Thompson, Otto Stowe, working on Rob Thompson, number 43. Got to be the zone. He lets him go. Either that or he got caught looking in. I think he got caught looking in there, and he turned a little bit slow and still used that speed here. He's got a big career. Oddly, he was almost cut because of Warfield, and he got wrapped up with injuries, as I mentioned earlier. But he's a player. He's caught 4 for 96 in relief of the injured Paul Warfield, who probably could have played tonight, but was being rested. Darrow Yepremian had the extra point. The Dolphins lead the Cardinals 17-3, 9:54 remaining in the third quarter.
Once and for all, which big screen color TV really has the best picture? The answer, Zenith Super Chromacolor. Opinion Research Corporation lined up the 6 leading color TVs with all identification hidden and asked more than 2,000 people from all over America. Once and for all, which big screen color TV really has the best picture? The answer, Zenith Super Chromacolor. Opinion Research Corporation lined up the 6 leading color TVs with all identification hidden and asked more than 2,000 people from all over America to vote for the best picture. Zenith was the winner by more than 2-1 over the next best brand. Zenith Super Chromacolor. See the difference for yourself at your Zenith dealer.
Save your money, saving the loan. Your money runs more than the loan. Saving the loan, enough money for home. And that comes from Dirty Strong. We'll do it all for America. And we want to do more.
Otto Stowe, a second draft pick in 71. Miami's first pick, by the way. And he had a great career, Iowa State. 10 touchdowns, set a big 8 career mark for receptions there. As we look at Darrow Yepremian, getting set to kick deep, number 85. On the right is Gray, on the left is Moore, 28. It'll be Bobby Moore at the goal line. And Moore eases out to the 25-yard mark. Let's take a look at that touchdown a moment ago, Don. What I really liked was the way Earl Morrow stepped back into that pocket. You'll see he drops pretty deep, Frank. His offensive line is pushing him behind him. You know what? And he'll come back up into that pocket a little bit. Oh, that's beautiful. Great protection. He throws that one a long way. We have shown you Otto Stowe behind Norm Thompson there. And I believe he just hit him man on man. And Earl had time to throw. All right, the Cardinals now are trying to get back into it. They trail 17-3. Mel Gray motions left. And Derek Quazzo having bunion problems again.
Well, one you had to wonder at the transition in the Miami attitude from the first half to this one. They came out. St. Louis couldn't get anywhere at the front. Miami moved downfield with the touchdown pass you just saw in the replay. Now the defense looks fired up. Could be what you call one of your omens. Lloyd Mumford is 26. He's replaced Nick Bonatani in the pass defense for the Miami Dolphins, who on a second down and 16 are anticipating Quazzo's pass. Both wide receivers to the right. Moore and Gray. Now Gray motions left. Bobby Moore doesn't hold on. Should have had it. Yep. That was well thrown. Good deep turn in. He ran a good route. And he was open. Here, that now step back. He had pretty good protection. Let's take a look. This is Moore running his route. When you say a turn in, he'll come down about 10 or 15 yards and look into the inside. He wasn't that good a route. He thought he was better than that. He just kind of went there and looked in. Well, we might see it again. It's third down and 16. It was open, as Don mentioned, and you watch. We might see it on the other side. As now Moore goes way out to the left, where this time he'll work against Curtis Johnson. Here comes Gray, just as it was a few moments ago. Both sides flooding as they did a moment ago. And you were right. There's the same pattern call. He just went to a different receiver this time, and he's still up. But not for long. Johnny Rowland. And the Dolphins now are playing defensively like the team they are, a team that is number one against the rush, number one against the pass in the American Football Conference. NCAA college football continues this Saturday, an exciting doubleheader, 12:30 Eastern Standard Time, the traditional Army-Navy game. And at 4 Eastern Time, USC and Notre Dame. The Trojans, number one and trying to remain undefeated. Johnny Anderson on with his left foot to do the punting deep to Jake Scott. Rowan, Easton hurt. And Anderson bobbles the ball. Break for the Cardinals. The Cardinals recover on their own 42-yard line, 47-yard line. Frank, this is one of the things that's strictly a judgment call. Anderson saw that it was a poor kick. He's trying his best to pick it up, knowing that if he can catch it before it has a chance to roll, he'll face some yardage. Trying to catch it on the run, he ran into it and just dropped it. Rare day when he makes a mistake. Rare day. We are probably now going to see the Cardinals double wing that Don was talking about in the first half. Freddie Hyatt comes in, number 88. Moore now flanked out to the left, Mel Gray to the right. They'll bring these wing backs around. They can pitch to them on the run. It's a very effective. Oh, this doesn't work. Well, you can't have two people doing that. We saw the flag fly. Well, they're having a little talk back there. I don't think we need to say that was a new formation. Mel Gray and Bobby Moore just having a little talk about that. It looks pretty funny because they took off at the same time. And he was even troubled after he dropped it bounce he wants and picked it up. Nice bounce. Took a nice bounce. Well, what would have happened if they had to stop? Well, on a certain camp designated in the huddle that someone's going to go in motion. I don't have any idea which one was wrong, but Freddie Hyatt's the newest one in there, so, well, you can't say. Anyway, one of them is not supposed to do that. Usually the quarterback gives you a move with a foot, or maybe it's a certain count that he has when they go in motion. Obviously, they misunderstood the huddle, and both of them went in motion. Back in the same formation, Moore left, Gray right, second down and 9, 47. There's the feet to Gray. Oh, and he popped. Oh, boy, Mike Colin just about went into the end zone. Oh, he'll dream about that tonight. I'll tell you, Ed Sable and his National Football League films people can have a lot of fun with this game. One of their funnies is to watch these guys bounce the ball around this way. That really would have been an unusual interception because it was in and out of the hands of Gray, and he threw it forward about 5 yards. Miami showing a lot of different moves tonight, probably hoping that the other AFC contenders will be looking on and having to think about it. You can see that Gray starts in motion again. Quadro's looking down deep. Evidently they're covered. He flips it off to Gray. He had it. And then he got away. There's Cohen coming in. That's all. He could have run that one all the way back. Lloyd Mumford is in. Nick Bonacani is out. They're down to 9 from the 47. It's Johnson. Curtis Johnson. He just wasn't open. You can't force it in there like that, Don. That defensive technique, so a beautiful friend. Frank, I thought he was probably going to come back with that same pass to Mel Gray because it was the same formation. They're coming downfield. That ball was way behind him. Supposed to go to the outside. Curtis Johnson, as Frank pointed out, number 45, was playing his position very well. He picked it off. I tell you, these Dolphins could really blow this thing wide open here because they look as if they're fired up. They had a good drive the first time they had the ball. Let's see what they do. And the call is Jim Turkey's up to the 50-yard line, gain of 4. Jim Hart lifting up as Eddie Hughes, who coaches the quarterbacks for the Cardinals, comes over to have a little visit. Well, they got to get the ball back first, and that defense of Miami keeps getting the ball from Miami and quickly. And I think a lot of credit should go to an unsung guy named Bill Armstrong, their defensive coach. He has done some job with this team. Defensively, number one in all areas in the AFC is kicking. will be short of the first down at the 47. For that matter, Howard Schnellenberger has done some job as the offensive coach. Where Schuler's a genius is in the coordination of these people, the proper delegation of authority, and yet the close cohesion that he produces in between the respective units. It's a beautifully put together coaching staff, and the net result is a beautifully put together football team. He has a human touch that the players appreciate too. Everyone plays extremely fair. Earl Morrow looking over a third and a long two. The ball at the 46. The Cardinals 46. This is kick behind Larry Little. I don't believe he made it. No, he did get up to about the 44. And will we see Darrell Yepremian? It appeared to me that Jim, in trying to make his step there, just slipped down a little bit because he was running laterally, and when he tried to cut upfield, it appeared that maybe his knees or his feet slipped up from under. I don't know what.
A little time they could get another shot. You're right about the way they feel about Schuler, Don. Bonacani was saying yesterday that he treats us all the same. I was reminded of Henry Jordan's old line about Lombardi. He treats us all the same like dogs.
And we're looking at Billy Loveridge, apparently. John Schuler will not try that field goal, which would have been from about 54 yards out. Tried one earlier. This time says no. Uh-oh. There it is. Billy Loveridge found.
His debut as the Miami punter.
I bet we'll see a big old grin. No. Oh, he said it's nothing, folks. Chuck, I do that all the time. 43 yards. Oh, it's down at the 4-yard line, and we'll be back in the Orange Bowl after this.
Introducing the Roughneck. Shaving leaves their necks rough and irritated, but now for the Roughnecks, a special kind of Gillette foaming. Taste saver. With 25% more lubricant for better protection against shaving irritation. Taste saver. Looks different, feels different. Feel the way your razor glides over even the most sensitive part of your face, your neck. So if shaving irritates your neck, get foamy Taste saver for the Roughneck.
After a shampoo you want to hide, you can look wild. Or you can rub something in, but then your clean hair may not feel so clean.
Now there's something brand new. The Dry Look After Shampoo Control. Made to give clean hair clean control. Hair feels soft. Control is easy.
But to get the wild look and the slick look,
get the Dry Look After Shampoo Control. New from Gillette. Clean control for clean hair.
Jim Hart is the new Cardinal quarterback, and what a spot to put him in, Don. He's on his own 4-yard line. Yeah, that's trouble right here in Miami City.
He's familiar with that situation.
Well, you get familiar with it, but you never do get where you like it. Jim, been their starting quarterback off and on for the last few years. Hitting about 50% of his passes this year. 7-year veteran out of Southern Illinois. Johnny Rowland leans a little bit. Yep, they caught him. They got him. Flag fall. You saw Johnny Rowland lean just a little before the ball was snapped. They might not take that penalty because they got him pretty well backed up. So there's a motion penalty against the Cardinals. Half the distance to the goal would put it back to 3. They stopped him pretty close to the line of scrimmage there, didn't they, Frank?
Well, Schuler may be experimenting a little bit here, Dandy. Bonacani is out. Poland's in as the middle linebacker, and Jesse Powell is the middle linebacker.
Larry Quazzo on the sidelines. He has been up against a very tough bunch of Miami Dolphins. It's a very helpless feeling. You've got to have a great deal of empathy for him because he does have some talent. Had a difficult time putting it all together in one season. Got to think that maybe he will someday. Penalty declined, as Don mentioned a moment ago. Second down now on 8. Hart firing his first pass, and it's in and out of the hands of Mel Gray. Too high for the 5'9" Mel Gray. Pretty well covered that time, Frank. He had Anderson up in front, and he had number 25 Coley there with him, so they had to lay down to there pretty gentle. The quarterback has to keep thinking, too. You know, I'm backed up. They don't have to run very far. If they pick one of them off, they'll be a sure fix.
I'm still watching Schuler with those defenses. Matheson, 53, is in there now. And Bonacani, who got a big write-up, The Miami Herald picture section yesterday said, I wonder what it would be like to be as big as Matthew. 6'4" and 255.
On third down and 8, 48 is Craig Bainham, former teammate of Don from the Dallas Cowboys. He's going to set back. Hard. Well, there you go. Well, Lloyd Mumford, he's going to score. Oh, I really hate to see that for Jim Hart. For the fans here in Miami are really happy.
That may be, but that's Don Shula for you. He just put Mumford in there, number 26, with the extra back on pass defense. Look at it again, Andy, at ground level.
There's no question they're well coached, Howard. It's a difficult spot to throw from. Jim's throwing out there. Looks like he's throwing for Jackson Smith. It's way overthrown, as you can see. They had their defenders pretty deep. He almost fell. Lloyd Mumford there. Now, Gray almost caught him. Jim Hart was out in front, but he was blocked. So that pretty well put it out of reach. Lloyd Mumford, 4 years out of Texas Southern. Valeria Premier. Earl Morrow hurries the hole. It's good. There he is, very happy. He's quite a football player. He's had a good year. I imagine they find a lot of things to be happy about when they won 10 and lost 0 and they're having the kind of night they're having tonight. Jim gets pretty good protection here, as you see. That ball is just overthrown and it goes to Smith. He can't reach it. And here's Mumford coming up from his feet. Actually, I think he was at the quarterback. I mean, it's a safety in there. Howard Vincent is kind of unusual defense. But you see the guys rallying in there to get out in front of him. That's Mike Cohen, number 57, is in front. He's throwing the block on Hart.
Now, Don, one thing about throwing an interception for a touchdown, you get to come back and play again right away.
That's true.
You know, Mumford has a slight shoulder separation and wears a harness. He's another of those guys who's willing to play hurt. Same way Meredith did for all the years.
Yeah.
Darrow, your premier. The little man took the foot to that one.
You had a statement in the paper here. He said, the proudest thing in my life. We thought that maybe it was a field goal against Kansas City or a 54-yarder. He says, no. But I worked on for about 5 months the new weave for my tie for the Miami Dolphin tie. And I think he's probably gotten more free publicity on television about his ties. He's making a lot of money because I'm selling a lot of them in Kansas City, Boston, Detroit, because I got a lot of friends over there.
All right, the Cardinals now trailing 24-3. First and 10, they'll move from the 20. Jim Hart will replace Jerry Quazzo at quarterback. Johnny Anderson back there at one setback, 44, rolling 23. This is Anderson. Conrad Dobler out in front.
No startling news, but oftentimes when a new quarterback comes in, there is a difference in their rhythm, their cadence, and I think that's caused a little problem. We've seen one motion penalty, and it appeared that Jackson Smith was a little bit premature in his move off the line. And although they play with a quarterback, you get used to hearing a certain sound. Hart must be a little bit different. Always cannot be happy. Neither Hughes, neither can you. Neither can you, Jim. There's no joy in St. Louis tonight.
The program is being brought to you as an ABC Sports exclusive. Right now, let's pause 5 seconds to allow our local stations to identify themselves. The illegal procedure call against the Cardinals. It'll be first down now in 15. 4 minutes and 1 second remain in the third quarter. The Dolphins up front 24-3, moving towards their 11th straight. Miami making several defensive changes. Hart with time to throw. Put out to 38. Leon Burns.
Burns came in. He was their starter for a while. One of the Johnny Rowland stories, that was one of the times he was sitting on the bench. The players and coaches of the Cardinal team respect Johnny Rowland for keeping his enthusiasm. He says, I've done it once before. I think I can do it again. Gives you a clue of what's been happening on the ground tonight. However, Miami is not anywhere close to what they've been accumulating in the past. They've been averaging over 200 yards a game rushing.
They're doing well on the scoreboard. It'll be second down now, a long 3, the ball at the 27. This is Anderson. Following the block of
Dobler, I don't know whether he made the first or not. He had to get just up to the 30-yard mark. Well, you mentioned Conrad Dobler, a name that hasn't been used tonight. He's a rookie from Wyoming. And Don, they say he's a pretty tough kid. Gets in a fight almost every week, and he's going to really make it. And he's the spitting image of our old friend, number 22 from Florida State, Bert Reynolds. You know, Conrad was with the Cardinals early this year. They released him. He went back to Wyoming to finish his schooling. Had a couple of guys hurt. They called him back. He says, man, I was glad to get that telephone call because I'm happy to be a part of this Cardinal team. Anderson gets the call and gets the first down, I believe. You have to get just to the 30. Depends on where they mark it. First down. Did you just see that youngster run across the field while play was going on? I didn't. I honestly, Howard, I didn't see it either. Did you see somebody run across the field, Howard? Yes, down around the 20-yard line. He's being escorted off the premises now. And you just can't understand why anybody would do that. No cause for it. That's in the Kansas section. Maybe he had to go to the bathroom and there wasn't one on his side of the field. That's conceivable. First down and 10 for the Cardinals. From the 31. Anderson on the play fake. That's good. Jackie Smith. Did he hold on long enough? No. No. Incomplete. Nick Scott came up with it. Ruled incomplete. And Jackie Smith. His eye had it. I was out of bounds. One of the knocks that's been put on Donnie Anderson about fumbling. I know when we did the Green Bay game, they were very proud of the fact that MacArthur Lane and Brockington fumbled very little. Felt that one of Donnie's problems, when he did fumble quite a bit, he carries the ball somewhat loose. That one, I don't believe he really just didn't get control of. Anderson is probably one of the most gifted athletes because he does everything pretty well. He's a good runner, he can throw, we've seen that tonight, he does punting for him. Okay, second down and 10. Right now, Anderson teamed with Leon Burns. Hart bravely sending both of his backs out. He completes it to Anderson, gain of 6. Out to about the 35-yard mark. Well, there by Jesse Powell, another Miami substitution, number 56. Quite frankly, Johnny, as we look at him there, had his problems with Dan Devon. It was nothing personal. He wasn't Dan's kind of football player. Dan wanted a much stronger blocker. And he felt MacArthur Lane was that. He never knocked Anderson as a player. He thinks he's a quality player, but not cut to the mold in which he wanted to build his football. Just one of those things. It was just one of those things. They're moving that ball around out there a little bit, and there seems to be some disgruntled football players in the St. Louis Cardinals team, but I don't think they're going to make much headway with the official. They had marked it further up the field at one time, but I believe the official decided that it was more closely where Donnie Anderson landed. Actually, he was hit fairly hard by a couple of those Dolphins. All right, 2 or 5 for his people. 1 to the other people. That's good. That's good. Third down. 6 yards. Ball resting at the 35. Now Bray motions left. And, almost intercepted by number 25, Tim Foley. Boy, and I tell you, these Dolphins in that secondary are all around the ball. Yep, they're everywhere. Ubiquitous. Well, he's got some time to throw. Again, it appears to be a little bit high. Yeah, I'd say it's a little bit high. Almost was tipped and caught by Bobby Moore, who was the intended receiver. And now, dropping deep on 4th down, Jake Scott, Donnie Anderson, who, trailing 24-3, will probably punt, but keep in mind he can also run. And he can pass. And he can kick. Fair catch by Anderson. Lets it go. Oh, and just a good Cardinal bounce. That's why he was trying to prevent that punt before, Frank, and I suppose he remembered his difficulty in handling that one. He let that one go. Boy, he gets 51 yards out of it. ABC correspondents in the news capitals of the world reported everything happened. Howard K. Smith and Harry Reeser, 2 real pros, provide the expert commentary with a human touch. On the ABC Evening News, weeknights at your dinner hour. Not very good statistics for Johnny tonight, but not all his fault either. A lot of it has to do with the number one team against the rush. 2 people. And here's Donka. Donka over the 15 to the 18 as the gun sounds, ending the third quarter. And that is the end of the third quarter with the score. The Dolphins 24, the Cardinals 3. We'll return after this word from our local station.
Paul finds that business and pleasure don't mix. Wednesday on ABC.
The proceeding in our film is brought to you as a public service on behalf of the National Football League. Second down and 5. Ball resting at the 19-yard line of the Miami Dolphins. In control of the football game, 24-3 over the Cardinals as we begin the fourth quarter. Ball going all the way. Fires for Frisco, a little long. He had a safety breath that time, Frank. That was Larry Wilson that came in from the strong safety, and he started back in 61, Don, remember? Yeah, there was a little weak safety breath at that time. Guess he did right formation. You couldn't see him coming when he got there. Then you knew he was there. But what I was going to say is that Morrow made a play fake back in there. It confused Larry just enough to enable Earl to throw it. Nothing confuses Larry. Third down now and 5. Pulley is in, along with Stowe. Morrow has Pulley right, Stowe left. And well, when you reach the zone, sometimes you confuse the quarterback. Or vice versa. Yeah, I don't know why. My instinct tells me that Stowe was the one who was supposed to go deep that time. But my instinct ain't always right. Very seldom is. But it's good instinct. Yeah, instinct. I mean, you got to have it. It's like momentum. It changes jerseys a lot. Morrow to the sidelines. Out comes Billy Lothridge, who was called in from Atlanta, where he is retired and was in business after being relieved from his duties with Atlanta last year. He sure has him a pretty little old Texas bride. Came down there and married old Mary Beth and took her back to Georgia. All right, Roger Worley. Right at the 50-yard mark. ABC's NFL Monday Night Football, the St. Louis Cardinals versus the Miami Dolphins, continues from the Orange Bowl in Miami, Florida, with the score: the Dolphins 23, the Cardinals 3.
Sunoco announces a football event for the whole family. To tell you about it, here's Don Shula.
Sunoco brings you NFL action player stamps with stars from every pro team. Every time that you stop at a participating Sunoco station, you get a set of 9 official NFL action player stamps free. They're great to collect and trade. So get your family in on the fun.
Get NFL action player stamps free at Sunoco.
I'm Raymond Ward, number 5 and won the coldest patch of the country, Camden Green. My car has to start, so I use dry Sunoco gasoline. I never had any problems. Always started in 20 below zero, and even lower. I'm staying with Sunoco because it's always fitting me right.
Fill up with dry Sunoco gasoline. All winter long, your car starts like it's summertime. Dry Sunoco gasoline.
All right, the Cardinals in good field position. However, trailing 24-3, they have a big job out in front of themselves. They'll move first and 10 from their own 49. Hayden has come into the backfield for the Cardinals, number 32. He gets the play fake. Number 3 goes out to Moore. And the number 1 pick of the Cardinals from last year gets the first down. He's run out of bounds by W. Powell.
Well, those standings speak for themselves, Frank, and relate to our game next Monday night, San Francisco against Los Angeles. The Rams have fallen upon, at least temporarily, doleful days. But their best exhibition this year was their previous game against the 49ers when they routed them 31-7. If they can beat San Francisco next week, then things will really be snarled up with Atlanta very possibly on top in the Western Division. It all depends on next Monday night.
And Moore gets the first down. The ball at the 39. First and 10. He's rolling. Heading back to the 35. Johnny Rowland, who broke the record set by Charlie Trippey many years ago. Burned in Herter in on the stop.
You were playing when Trippey was playing, only it was in the house.
Sandlot. As a matter of fact, I did play against Trippey.
I remember when you played in the mud game against the Chicago Cardinals.
And Mel Trippett almost drowned. Second down and 8. Ball at the 36. Jim Hart will come on in relief of quarterback Gary Quazzo. Oh, and Manny Fernandez. Thought he detected a little something. Probably the most underrated of the tackles around in defensive football today, at least according to Miss Corona County. You can just see he just jumped right on through there. You know, that's kind of natural. He could have just gone ahead and hit, going to get offside, and he was going to be penalized. Most of these guys have a mutual respect for one another, no matter what team they're on, because they realize no matter where they came from, they pay basically the same price to get there. All right, now at the second down and 3, anticipating the run, you will get Bill Stanfield back into the lineup. Jesse Powell comes out. The Dolphins matching their standard 4-3. Hart. Oh! Did he have the ball long enough for possession? No, he did not. Mel Gray thought maybe he did, and
Mel Gray a little scrapper there, Frank.
We had a little action too from number 49, Charles Babb, and number 72 of the Cardinals, and Dierdorf. Babb could learn about taking on linemen. They're the big people.
Like light heavyweights against heavyweights. Look at that differential, huh? 1 out of 10 on third down conversions for the Cardinals as compared with nearly 500% for the Dolphins. Mr. Gifford?
Well, they're looking for their second one. Third down and 3. Jim Hart, Chris Gray, out to the left, Bobby Moore to the right, Leon Burns, one setback, Johnny Rowland the other. Number 31, Adam Burns. Out to Bobby Moore.
Oh, how John looks through third down, sideline hitches, just timed right, and just enough for the first down, probably. That's the way you got to do it, huh, Andy?
Well, it's free to watch. You know, it's one of those things that should be pretty close to automatic. Hardly ever is, but has lots to do with timing. You got to work together. Bobby Moore's going to be a good one. He himself says, I think, getting to know the quarterback is going to help a whole lot. They've had a lot of quarterback changes this year in St. Louis. He says, as soon as we start working one unit, he says, I think I'm going to like it a lot better. First down and 10. Cardinals now have Leo Burns, number 38, and Leo Hayden with 2 setbacks. And this is the reverse. Goes to Jackie Smith. And the 10-year veteran from Northwest Louisiana. Flag goes down outside. The flag is down. Bob Matheson made the stop. Flipping. Flipping call. I believe levied against the center, Tom Banks. And referee Bernie Holman marks off the big one. The Cardinals are languishing, but not that young. Did you recognize that boy? John, when you look into the camera, please, that name that you just saw was Dandy John Merritt. Lately, it's occurred to me what a long, strange trip it's been. You know, I bet Jeff and Hazel like this one. Oh, yeah. Down trucking. Yeah, they thought I was pretty big. Especially Hazel. Jimmy Lawhead took that picture in Dallas, Texas. Good friend of Billy Bob Harrison. Oh, yeah. First down and 25. The Cardinals trailing 24-3, 12:46 remaining in the game. And here comes Mel Gray. Hart firing to Jackie Smith. Say, the ball was well thrown. There goes the flag. Seems to be maybe a little unnecessary roughness, the word you call it. Hopefully we'll see it again. You'll see how Jackie Smith caught that ball right in his fingertips. Some receivers seem to have a need to clutch it into their body to hang on to it. In my opinion, the really good ones are the ones that reach out there and grab it with their hands and put it away. You'll see Smith coming on the cross. We call it the cross pattern. The ball is well thrown. Watch those hands he had in there. Let's see. I think we maybe get a late hit. Yep. And that's what the flag is. Another 15 yards. So the Cardinals are first down right there in good scoring position. Personal foul indicated against the Dolphins, and puts the ball at the 13-yard line of the Dolphins. With 12:35 to go, the Dolphins lead 24-3. This is the time for us to say that St. Louis can score now and can score again and can score again. We've got a big football game. I'm glad you said it, Alex. I bet they don't. I don't gamble myself. Jim Hart gives the ball to number 38. Leon Burns, in his second year out of Cal State. Long for the Cardinals. Cal State. Yeah, Burns. He's a guy who really has trouble holding on to the football. He's a big horse, too. He goes 235. Got him a start from San Diego. Sid Edwards went over there. Barry says he wouldn't trade Sid Edwards. He's having a big year for any fullback in the league, which may be bias on Holland's part, but understandable. Gain of 5 for Burns, inside the 10, second down and 5. This is Leo Hayden, Minnesota's top draft pick of a year ago. He's dropped by Charles Bass, number 49, as Miami continues their substitution. We were told we'd see a lot more of Hayden than we have, frankly, before the game, remember? Wanted to test his speed and looking good in practice. Actually, he's here because Ed Marinaro was the man that Grant decided to keep up in Minnesota. Leo Hayden went late. Cardinals took him. Third down now, 2. And I don't know whether I try and challenge that Miami defense with the run. Let's see what quarterback Jim Hart comes up with. Well, boy, Leon Burns, and he did not come up with the first down. No, he came up with 0. I'm amazed, though, at how big these guys are. He does almost a full split, I believe is what they call that in your ballet classes. But look at Leon Burns. He comes in. Good hit right there. He turns around. Little Jake Todd, number 13, he comes in and puts the final touches on him. I'm telling you, that's a wild one. You know, he plays Canadian football, and he'll run with anything, hit with everything. We got a fourth down, almost 2 yards to go, and this call will have come from the bench. Not that one. But look at Jim Hart, first down. On a busted play in the backfield. Great call. Mike Poland. Any way you can get it. There's a mix-up. You can see that. I think that's what he was supposed to do, was fake and go out, because you see a pull by the guard there, but he looked to me, you ran into, was that Leon Burns you ran into, or was it Hayden? Sure, the play was a fake into the middle of the line and let him come out on a bootleg with an option runner pass, so Holloway saying, Bill Austin. He's saying, take it any way you can get it. I think he'll smile even at this late date, because he will take it. First and goal from the 2. Cardinals trailing 24-3. All right, there we go. Rolling into the end zone. Burns, Leon Burns. He is a big man. 235 pounds. And he gets another shot at a touchdown. We saw Burns a while ago go offside, barely contended with. He's sliding right through the tackler. Got some good blocks up front. So Hayden, number 32, out front of him. Kind of paving the way. Jim Bacchus gets it. And he shortens up the Dolphins' lead to 2 touchdowns. If the Cardinals can get one more, and then one more, and then one field goal, but nevertheless, we'll be back in the Orange Bowl after this.
The new 73 Ford LTD. Can an LTD be as quiet as a glider? Nobody has to convince you how quiet a glider is. Airborne with no engine at all. Can an LTD be as quiet as a glider? To find out, we put a sound level meter in a new LTD to measure its quiet. Quiet is the sound of a well-made car. We also put a meter in the glider and let General Radio Company, real sticklers for accuracy, monitor. Let's test the noise level in the glider first. 82 decibels. Now the Ford LTD. Look at that meter at 60 miles per hour, only 65 decibels. Believe it or not, this Ford LTD is quieter than the glider. Quiet is the sound of a well-made car. The new 73 Ford LTD. See it at your Ford dealers now.
Well, I don't know whether it'll be an onside kick or not, but the Cardinals were bunched together. That's something they ordinarily do not do prior to a kickoff. Meanwhile, the Dolphins slip back to Mercury Morris as the lone safety. Sidbakken decides to go with an onside kick, trailing by 14 points, 9:42 remaining in the game. He would probably kick it to his left, where Roger Worley is located. Roger Worley with the good hand. The single safety, Mercury Morris. They must travel 10, and we get the straightaway kick to Mercury Morris. Morris over the 15, up to about the 18-yard line goes Mercury Morris. And Chuck Beatty, number 31, down there again, working for the Cardinals. Showing well tonight on the special teams and activated just tonight. Miami Dolphins looking for number 11. Oddly enough, their closest game this year, a 24-23 win over Buffalo. Why oddly? Well, I thought it was odd. All right, the ball mark just short of the 20-yard mark. Earl Morrow going all the way. Here's Morris. Oh, can he turn it on? Out to the 36 goes Lightning Mercury Morris. Roger Worley made the stop.
I said, why oddly, Frank? Half kiddingly. But as we look at this again, let me say this about Buffalo. They're just a couple of players away from being a top contender. A little help in that offensive line as you watch Mercury Morris turn it on. Simpson's having a great year without all the help in the world. They'll be tough next year. Leon Burns, who scored the touchdown for the Cardinals. Clock moving, 8:33. Remaining in the game, Dolphins 24, Cardinals 3. And Morrill, I think, anticipating the snap a little early. And here goes the other one, Bunker. Look at him run. Well, that was a funny-looking play. Looked like everybody was just kind of spinning around there. Bunker was the only one that was moving. The offensive line didn't move that much. Let's see it again. Well, they're in there playing around, though. And Bunker finding him a place to go. Cuts to the outside. Miller far. Roger Worley. I'll ride you for a while, pal. They keep churning out the yardage this way in the late going. They'll have that 200-yard ground game before they're done.
You talk about that Buffalo game. I read a story in the paper down here. Mark Fleming caught a touchdown pass, and as he was coming out of the end zone, he found a $10 bill lying in the end zone. Now, you don't do that too often.
Wouldn't tear it up in 40 pieces.
From the 44, first and 10, flag goes down, Bunker goes down, wrapped up in the arms of Larry Sulling. Donka, 77 yards on the night. Yeah. It appears they got Wayne Moore on that one, number 79. Here's the holding call. Here's the Dolphins. Let's see if we can pick it up.
That's Duchenberg, number 67 out in front. And here's Zonka. Watch number 79. He's got a pretty good grip there on that jersey.
He's a good player, that boy. He plays behind Suzanne, and what was it Nick said yesterday? He could make at least 16 teams in the NFL. Didn't he tell us that, Frank?
Exactly right. How does he know?
I'd go with player.
First down at 25 following the penalty. Oh, just over the 40 of the Dolphins. 8:11 remaining in the game. First down again, number 39, Zonka rolls over the 50. Well, coming up just short of the 50 is Zonka. No, it's about the 49 of the Cardinals. That's where it's marked. Two original setbacks at the beginning of tonight's game. Roland, who broke the Cardinal rushing record tonight, and Donnie Anderson, 44. It's been a tough year for this Cardinal team. They have had more injuries than you could possibly imagine. Second down now and 15. Dolphins got on scoreboard first, 6 scoring from 2 yards out. St. Louis came back with a field goal. Miami got their own field goal. It was 10-3 at the halftime. The Dolphins have broken it open in the third quarter. Look how quick Murphy Morris is. He really is. Because a couple more flags. Yep. That's probably a face guard or something like that. Whatever it was, I didn't like it down there. Dale Hackbart in there, Don. He'll get in there on you. He really is good. Hackbart's no quarterback. And he's got him a lot of specialty teams. They were telling a joke on him this afternoon. They all went dove hunting. He hadn't been dove hunting before. They put him off the field by himself, and they said, Hackbart came back with the biggest sack of kill deeds you ever saw in your life. He thought he'd been shooting doves.
It's a face mask, obviously, and let's take another look at it.
You saw Murphy Morris make his reaction when he saw Don Brum, number 86, go upfield there. Pick up a good one right here. Now let's see. There's, you can see it pretty good. There's his face mask. Old Dale thinks you got to get him down any way you can.
He is one of the funniest men in American sport, that Hackbart, and he's a great imitator, great mimic.
Tried to match his size and legs with mine today, and he won. Automatic first down goes with the face mask penalty. First and 10 Miami. Moving on the Cardinals 43. And over the 40 to the 39. Morris and Zonka both having fine nights this evening. Coming into the game, Morris having by far his best year, 639 yards coming into tonight. He's gained 59 more tonight.
I wonder how many backs will hit 1,000 yards this season, Frank. Maybe moving those hash marks in is the whole thing.
That's getting a good offensive line. Second down and 7. The ball resting just short of the 39-yard line of the Cardinals. Morrow almost tripped again. Gets the screen to Murphy Morris. Morris inside the 30. Frank blocking out the front. Ball rather dangerously. He had it out in one hand, but obviously he knew what he was doing. He does have some great moves. He's an exciting player to watch because he's very quick. Let's see, Earl. He's coming back again. Flips it right over, a little screen pass to Morris. Now watch him out that ball. He's got a loaf of bread in his hand. Then he puts it away. Gets everything he can. What a new dimension Morris adds to the Dolphins. They still have 6 to come back with, but boy, can this young man get to the outside. Picks up the first down at the 28-yard mark. Here comes Larry Wilson. The safety blitz is picked up. It could be 6. He is so wide open. That's what happens when you pick up the safety blitz. Auto shows it's his second touchdown. He's just so wide open over there. He was
uncovered totally, but Frank noted so well the way that safety blitz was picked up on Larry Wilson. Beautiful. See the youngster?
All right, here's Zonka. I believe he's the one that picks up Larry Wilson, number 8. And Earl has plenty of time to throw, and I'm telling you, Auto Stowe is all alone. Old Thompson's having trouble tonight. Mr. Stowe. And Earl Morrill having quite a night. His second touchdown pass to Otto Stowe. He's 12 of 18, 210 yards. And the ageless one continues to roll on. Well, I was
just still has a two-cut. So now 5 receptions, 123 yards as we look at Darrell Yepremian. Oh, there is it again. Offside Cardinals. Apparently the whistle had blown, contact hadn't been made, the whistle blown before the ball had been snapped. So we'll do it again. Yepremian looking for the 31st Dolphin point. There it is. So the Miami Dolphins extend their lead 31-10 over the St. Louis Cardinals. We'll be back in the Orange Bowl right after this message.
Sooner or later, you're going to try a small white owl. A small white owl. And when you do, we gotcha. Maybe we'll get you with a white owl miniature. Is that a real cigar, huh? Oh, you like a pet? The white owl miniature. Either way, you know you're going to get it. Right now is the time for winter tires. And at your Goodyear service store or participating dealer, you can get Goodyear Sure Grip winter tires with 192 deep, rugged teeth to give a big grip at this low price. Goodyear, America's best-selling winter tires.
Yepremian sets it up. 6 minutes and 20 seconds remain in the game. On your left, Bobby Moore. On your right, number 32, Leo Hayden. And Bobby Moore will have an opportunity. And watch the stride of this man. And he strides out to about the 27. He's nailed rather convincingly by number 57, Mike Colin. Well, also there, Al Jenkins.
As this game begins to grind down, Jeffer, with slightly more than 6 minutes left, in retrospect, it's gone about as expected. Miami a little sluggish in the first half, putting things together in the second half. Morrow mixing the pass with the run beautifully, 2 TD passes to Stowe. And they're just a good football team.
Solid in just about every way. All right, the flags go. Cardinals looking a little disorganized. I believe they might have taken too much time. Miami, excuse me, Frank, I was going to say it's a helpless feeling to be down about 21 points and you're trying to regroup at this time of the game and say, look, I'm really kind of, I guess I'm talking about from the quarterback standpoint. Jim Hart's coming in there late, had one picked off, run back for a touchdown. It has to affect your confidence, and I understand that this has been one of the problems in St. Louis is to get the right type of confidence or leadership they're looking for all year. And here's a guy that has some ability. You got to wonder, well, what's going to happen to me next? All right, he has 5 minutes and 44 seconds to find out. And it goes out to Leo Hayden, the screen. Dobler with a good block, and Hayden gets up to the 40-yard line. I think we can expect Miami to give them the screens quite a bit. They're going to be playing, obviously, against, not going to give them anything. Let's put it another way, that the screen should be open, maybe the short zones, but these guys are going to be playing fairly deep. They're in a kind of a semi-prevent defense. And I'm sure Hart's aware of that also, but he's trying to get the ball down the field the best way he can and get whatever points he can on the scoreboard. They need touchdowns, not field goals. And right now, trailing 31-10. Hart sends both backs out of the backfield. Oh, and almost intercepted, and I believe caught. Yes, it was. Bobby Moore with the quick hands. Mike Colin had his hands on the ball, and Bobby Moore very alertly came up with the reception. down to the 47-yard line of the Dolphins.
We've talked about Bonacone a lot tonight, Frank, on an evening when he's been getting a lot of rest, doing very little action. In that piece yesterday, they called him the aging pro veteran. At 32, he doesn't like it.
It was funny listening to him talk about it yesterday. But I went from the youngsters to the veterans to the aging veterans, and I can tell him that's the process. First and 10 from the 47. Hard, trying one deep. Moore back there defending as he has been so many times. Johnny on the spot, number 25, Jim Foley. He was just pretty well covered. He did make a good attempt to catch the ball. Bobby Moore, we've been talking about him tonight. Number 1 draft choice with an awful lot of talent. That ball was thrown a long way, but you see Foley's right in there trying to stay away from Moore's body so they won't call an interference call. But Moore almost went over the top there and picked that one up.
Foley stayed right with him, and Moore is deflected.
Oh, coverage. Beautiful. All right, out comes one linebacker, and in comes Mumford. Mumford, who has already returned one interception for a touchdown in the Miami prevent defense. Second down and 10. The ball at the 47. Clock moving, 4:09. Lost the football. Miami recovers. Might be Baltimore, 65. It is. Baltimore with the recovery. He's a good one.
Well, we haven't had any complaints from St. Louis about not showing their highlights, and I would think that the management would be grateful.
How would you stop trying to make friends out in St. Louis?
I think the people in St. Louis are exceptionally good fans, as a matter of fact. They're disgruntled about that team. That's understandable, but they also understand the injuries that team has had. They'll be fair to Holloway.
3:43, clock moving. New quarterback is in the game, and this is Jim Delgado.
And he'll lend some interest to the late going here because he's a highly regarded young man. Schuler thinks he's got a big future.
Those left-handed, I believe, does he? That he does. Also in there is Hubert Yen. He had 4 out of 6 when he came in relief not too long ago. 2 of them were for touchdown. 145 yards. Did a taxi job all last year with Miami. Out of Tampa University. Rocco, working hard. Miami goes on to beat New England next week, and then they go up to Yankee Stadium where they meet a pretty red-hot bunch of New York Giants. Had a scoring record yesterday against the Philadelphia Eagles, and have had quite a record. Been a long time since the Giants team got into the 60s. But that is the club scoring record. Okay, on the third short yardage, and look at the big man ball. What did you say? He just runs over people. Nothing special about it.
Over the 100-yard mark for the day, Frank. 15 carries, 108 yards. This team will probably get to its 206-yard average per game on the ground before time runs out.
And Zonka gets a standing ovation from 80,000 Dolphin fans. 2-minute warning. We'll be back in Miami after this.
Florida's Everglades. When a plane crashes here, it almost disappears from the face of the earth. And the passengers? They're usually found. It's something men like Bill Rambo make sure of.
We're now over the search area and beginning our search.
Bill is a metropolitan life salesman in Coral Gables, Florida, who flies search and rescue for the Civil Air Patrol in his spare time.
We have sighted the wreckage and now investigating.
Among metropolitan salesmen, all 22,000, Bill Rambo's flying is out of the ordinary. But his idea of helping isn't.
Helicopter 23 Whiskey need assistance to pick up 2 survivors from wreckage.
Helping others is what metropolitan people do on their job, and what a lot of them also do on their own time. At Metropolitan, we sell life insurance, but our business is life.
2 minutes remaining in the game. The Dolphins in command of the Cardinals, 31-10. Some of the more exuberant Miami Dolphin fans being a very little discourteous, running out onto the field, fighting with the officers. We certainly would not show it. From the 33-yard line on 1st and 10, the Dolphins. And this is Ginn. Hubert Ginn. The old veteran.
Not a bad night considering the nature of the circumstances. Jackie Smith is a pro, no question about it.
Great competitor. Oh, he is. He doesn't care how far the Cardinals are down. He still gives it everything he's got. Okay, it's 2nd down and 6 now. The ball resting at the 28-yard line of the Cardinals. Jim Delgazio. Can't throw him much better than that.
Oh, he drilled that time. Oh, catch him much better. That Otto Stowe is some kind of receiver.
Yeah, old Norm Thompson's going to remember this. So watch this kid right here. That's real good. Follow through. Watch that ball is right on target. Good move out there by Stowe. Clock stop. 1:16. Miami threatened again. They lead 31-10. They've never been in trouble, although at halftime, their lead was only 10-3. Came back. Mufford returned an interception, 28 yards. Burns scored for St. Louis. The Dolphins in complete control. Oh, you again gets a little upset. There are a lot of weird people out here.
Dandy's referring to the fact that still another fan has run out on the field, and there have been many of them. Yeah. Actually, it's not seemly even to show it.
An illegal procedure.
Might only encourage that kind of behavior.
Boy, look at that.
Yeah, they piled it up this half, Frank. That's the whole story. Talking to you straight here in the Orange Bowl, fellas, we've had the Dolphins and they've fought it on. Last year they proved their worth when they crushed the Bears 34-3. And now they're quite possibly on their way to making it 38 points for the evening against the Cardinals. They lead 31-10, a minute 14 to go.
In the Dolphin huddle, the rookie from Tampa. Although he did taxi last year, he's rated as a rookie, Jim Delgazio. Charlie Lee down to about the 2.5-yard mark. And Otto Stowe, as Howard mentioned a moment ago, has had himself some night. 2 touchdowns. Great hand. He's a lot of promise.
He's averaged 24 yards per reception, Jeff. That may be better than you have in your last year.
I guarantee you. Clock moving, 42. The Miami Dolphins fans want more. Hubert Ginn. Larry Wilson. He's another man that won't quit on you. Is there, along with Hargrove. This is some kind of a player. Third active interceptor in the National Football Conference. Has 49 career interceptions.
The fans are booing. They want even more. But the Dolphins are going to let this clock run out. It's 5. It's 4. They're not seeking to pour it on any more than they have to.
And that's how it's going to wind up. The Miami Dolphins winning their 11th straight game. 31-10 over the St. Louis Cardinals. And this is some kind of football team. We'll be back at the Orange Bowl right after this message.
The Case of the Missing Diamond. Starring Ford Maverick.
Wow. It isn't a count. Nice car, Joe. Maverick with the luxury decor option, huh? Final roof, matching body molding. You built with radial tires. Looking for something, gentlemen? No, some lady just replaced a diamond, that's all. Diamond? Individual reclining seats? Luxurious.
pile carpeting? Look, European type armoring. Why, cow? There's even carpeting in the utility tray.
Wait a minute, you're quite finished.
Okay, we're on it.
I guess, fellow, I haven't discovered you.
One of these days, Tom.
Nice color key wheel covers.
Wheel covers?
Hold it down.
Maverick for $73. Available now with optional 250 automatic for a 302 V8 engine.
The executive producer of NFL Monday Night Football is Rune Arling. Coverage of tonight's game was produced by Jeff Forty and Dennis Lewin. Directed by Jeff Forty and Joe Assetti. Our associate director, Jack Camp Caliban. Technical directors, Bill Morris and John Broderick. Next Monday night NFL football travels to San Francisco, where the Los Angeles Rams meet the San Francisco 49ers at 9 Eastern Time here on ABC. Once again, the final score, Miami winning its 11th consecutive game, 31, St. Louis 10. This is Frank Gifford along with Howard Cosell and Don Meredith saying so long from the Orange Bowl in Miami, Florida. Air travel arranged through and a promotional fee paid by United Airlines, providing friendship service to 19 NFL teams.